Is this still DJ T Beats?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Shout out.
this guy kills it.
Yeah, he hasn't been on YouTube in like 1,000 years, but I need to get in touch with him. So listen, T Beats, if you find out about this,
This is you getting in touch with him?
If you find out about this, no, because I tried, but he hasn't been around. He was,
Yeah.
Oh, anyway, yeah, we need to talk, sir. We need to talk. Well, we need to talk about a lot of things. To start with, I found my favorite lozenge in a new format, and I'm very excited about it.
Okay.
The cherry honey, Ricola, and it's in the pocket size now. And this is not a sponsored segment.
But aren't you gonna run out?
What are you talking about? I buy the whole thing.
No, but I seen with the
I buy the whole thing.
Okay.
I go in the store, I buy. I say, you have, I buy.
Yeah.
And then the guy doesn't say a word. He just points,
He
and then
just
the camera zooms.
Like a real quick zoom.
Yes, and there might be a sound effect along with it. He goes,
Yeah.
and then I buy.
And then like quick cuts of you grabbing, throwing
I
money
buy,
on the
I
table.
take, I buy, I take, I use. What do we got? We had the Apple event yesterday. We were live for it.
Mm-hmm.
You weren't live for all of it, were you?
No, just the beginning. I was here the whole time.
What
though.
happened, Mo?
What do you mean? Jack came in.
What happened?
Puffed and
Oh, what
puffed and-
happened, Mo? They missed you. The people, the chat, the comments, they said,
I'm still here.
we don't mind Jack, but where's Mo? And they held it.
In the comments
The
section.
problem is, if you hold it, you can't write it with just an M and then like a bunch of O's, because that becomes moo.
Yeah, you're right. You gotta slap the
So
E
how
on
do you
it.
you gotta go? No, well, that's mooey. The only way you could do mo, you know how only way you could do it?
How?
With an H. Like oh.
Oh right, yeah.
You just do M-O-H, and then how do you say that? How do you say M-O-H with a bunch of H's? How do you say it?
Mo! I thought it was a trick question for a second.
Hey, how you doing, Will?
Pretty good.
How you doing? You just moving around, flipping the cameras and such?
Yeah, just chilling.
Will has turned into a full-fledged newsman.
He runs the show here.
He's about to get one of those things that you put on your desk, with the title on it, a nameplate, except it's just gonna say newsman. And
Yeah.
I want it to be big enough that the people can see, except he tries to block his whole
What?
desk with that
What are you trying to
monitor.
do?
Yeah.
He tries to block his whole desk with that monitor, which is rude as far as I'm concerned. Look at us, man. We've been consistent.
We're doing it.
Look at us, man. We've been consistent.
People joining?
People are joining.
Yeah.
Apple event was yesterday. Tim Cook dropped a little something that I sort of noticed, but I also kind of missed yesterday during the event. And it didn't have anything to do with products, but it did have to do something with a little over-under that we were kind of talking about and chatting about. We were like, is Apple going to mention anything about Ukraine? And everybody, except for myself, bet yes. That includes the newsman to my left. That includes Mo with an H in front of me. And it also includes Jack. You guys all said for sure Apple's touching Ukraine, especially after having exited Russia in an official way. They did not mention Ukraine, but they kind of mentioned Ukraine.
Well, they, like the article says, nodded.
Like the article says. You know what?
I don't think they mentioned it. They didn't say anything.
Are you talking about a subtle nod?
A subtle nod.
Yeah, so iMore has described what Tim Cook did as a subtle nod. And of course, what he did has something to do with his wardrobe. Now, here's my thing. I don't know like what his wardrobe consists of. It might be a lot of like similar items. He might
Definitely no brands.
he might not mod it all that often.
Yeah.
You know, I don't know Tim Cook's wardrobe. How often does a new item enter his wardrobe? I don't know these things. But what he did, and the thing I noticed, he changed his watch band to yellow, which I don't believe I've ever seen before. And this is highlighted here. So you see the yellow watch band on the Apple Watch. So that's the part I noticed. I said, okay, maybe that's a nod. Speaking of nods.
Yeah.
But then people on the Twitter and on the websites that report on the Apple, they said, but wait, there's also a blue sweater. What is that kind of sweater? What is that? It's a zip. What is that? It's a Tim Cook sweater.
Keeps them warm.
What is it? What is it? Merino? Is that what it is?
Yeah.
Out there in San Francisco, out there in Cupertino. Anyway, here was my problem with it. I was like, okay, maybe, yeah, you got the blue and the yellow, so maybe you got the Ukraine nod. But the blue, if you're going to do the blue, go all the way to the blue.
You want true blue.
Well, I'm just saying it's like a grayish blue.
Mm-hmm.
And I get it. The wardrobe of Tim Cook. I get it. It's more muted.
Yeah.
It's not going to be a vibrant.
Less saturated.
I don't even have a bright blue hoodie. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I got blues, but they're more subdued. You know? So I it's cool either way. But I'm just saying, like, did he get this idea last minute? He couldn't hit up his people? This guy's got people. And said, hey, I need that true blue.
Nothing about this was last minute.
No?
No, I don't think so.
Okay, so what are you saying? Can he go more blue?
Oh, yeah, no, they could have tweaked it so that it was a little bit more apparent.
You think he go more blue?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Well, listen. Shout out to Tim Cook. Shout out to Apple. They had their big event. You want to know something about this big event, Will?
Yeah, what's that?
This is the first Apple event in a very long time, maybe as long as I've been doing YouTube, where I ordered nothing. I ordered nothing.
Oh, yeah.
Off the website, nothing.
How come?
I ordered nothing.
Wait, why? Aren't we doing videos on some of these
I looked at it and I was like, yeah, I'm ordering nothing.
Oh, no.
The green iPhone, I was like, well, the new... you can't order those yet anyways, but even still, I'm not sure what I'm going to do. The display, I just really don't think it should be $1,600.
Yeah, it's pricey.
I just really don't, like, it's a 5K display. I get it. It's Apple. It's fancy. Thunderbolt, spatial audio, 6 speaker. Like, it's going to be nice. Mm-hmm. But $1,600 when the M1 Max Studio. Oh, my God.
That's a lot. That's a lot there.
M1 Max Studio. M1 Max.
It's getting out of hand.
Give it a shot, Will. Say it fast.
I don't want to.
Say it fast, Will. Okay, so
I'm going to blow up.
it starts at $19.99, and then the display's $15.99. There's so many people just going to connect
It's just
regular external displays. There's so many people that don't. So when I had heard that they were going to do a cheaper monitor than the Pro Display XDR, which is very purpose-built, very specific for a certain type of user. It's either for like the types that are throwing cash around, those types, or people who can really utilize a Pro Display. But then this one, I was hoping it was going to be the Apple Display for everybody.
Right. The regular consumer.
Yeah, and then at $1,600, I just think there's probably going to be less of these in the wild. I know people will buy it still.
They will buy.
I know the people, they will buy.
I mean, we were looking at the Apple place or the page, and it said 2-day shipping, and then 20 minutes later it said 4 weeks shipping. So people were clearly buying.
I go in the store, I buy the lozenge.
Okay.
Remember?
Where are we going with this?
Remember?
Okay. Yeah.
From earlier?
Yeah. And he said,
And he points in the Zoom.
Yeah.
People will buy. Whatever and wherever they find value, they will buy. But certainly the most exciting thing from yesterday, and the one that I was semi-frisky about, only semi-frisky, was the Easymo.
okay. The studio.
The studio.
Yeah.
The Studio 1999, I think, is the go-to. If you want to buy something from yesterday, okay, here are your options that you can order right now from yesterday. Studio 1999, which is the M1 Max model. Mm-hmm. Cool deal. And the iPad Air, if you were in the market for an iPad. Not if you already have a different recent iPad, then you don't need it. But if you were waiting around in the market for an iPad, that one at $599 is a pretty good balance. So those are the two items. And for video purposes, what's the iPad Air can do for me? I've done all the other iPads, and
Yeah, and it's just a chip change.
it's a
right?
very slight alteration. But you're right. I probably should have bought the Studio
Yeah.
M1 Max.
We will.
Okay.
Yeah, okay.
We will.
Mo's very confident.
Okay.
Yeah, I believe in it. I believe in us buying it.
I believe I can fly. I believe I can touch the sky.
Now we're singing.
I think about it every night and day. I spread my wings and fly away.
Actually kind of nice.
I believe I can soar. You know who sang that? You see me running through that.
Is he still in jail?
Oh, you know who sings that?
Yeah.
I mean, I'm sure I do know. I just can't recall.
You're from the wrong era, Mo.
Yeah, that's
you
true.
missed it by a decade, and now we can't relate. Original Space Jam soundtrack. I'm talking about R. Kelly,
Oh, right.
which is not really a guy
Yeah.
that you're talking about anymore these days, but he had some hits. He had some hits.
You're very perked up today.
Yeah, I was just going to say.
I don't know why. I don't
You're
know
in
why.
good mood.
You know, there's no reason. You know what it was? You know what it was?
Ricola?
No, last night I played 3-on-3 hockey. And when you play 3-on-3 on the small rink
Okay.
with only one line change, it's a much better workout. Like you're just
Oh, less waiting.
and 3-on-3, you're always offense. It's right compared
It's a
to
more engaging game.
5 versus 5.
Yeah.
Where there's a little bit more neutral zone, there's a little bit more
Well, more team playing. You can
standing.
pull back.
Yeah, standing. And you can take a rush and then take some time off and things like 3-on-3. It's always in the action. And so that's what I did last night. And I feel like there's a residual. I'm having a residual right now this morning.
Okay. Well, that's good.
So I'm still waiting to see you out there, though, Mo.
Okay.
Then there's going to be tremendous residual because then you'll be flying on this show right here.
Yeah,
You'll be singing R. Kelly. You want to give
I
us?
can bet you that's not going to happen.
Can you give us just a little taste?
No.
No. You must have a karaoke song that you know.
No.
Mo,
Mo doesn't sing like
you've
that.
never sung a song in your life?
Absolutely not.
Sung or sang? How about you, Will? What's your go-to?
I'm good.
Come on, no, I'm saying you've done karaoke, and what did you choose to sing?
Probably my go-to would be Under the Bridge, Chili Peppers.
Right on.
It's a good one.
Really? Yeah, remind me.
No.
You trying to be sneaky.
It's gonna
with
be
it.
so
I'm sorry.
uncanny. We're gonna get copyright infringement.
Just give me,
No.
Will, come on, man.
Give me some of that hockey. I need to get that energy
Give me
that
a
you
little
have.
taste.
I'm good.
Under the Bridge. That's a great song. Very iconic. And, unique to their brand.
Yes.
Just with the bass line and
With Flea.
I don't ever
Frusciante.
wanna feel like I did that day. Take me to the place I love. Take me all the way. I don't ever wanna feel. This is not what people signed up
No,
for
not
today
at all.
0% chance that people signed up for this, which is great.
Concurrence down to 0.
We're just chasing everybody away. They're like, "Is this a karaoke stream?" Yeah. All right, so here's a nice little bonus with that monitor that costs $15.99. It can cost you more than $15.99 depending. If you want to get your nano etched, if you really want to have your nano etched and you want to have the fancy stand, you get that baby up 2 G's, very close to 2 G's. But anyway, the key thing that I know most people are very concerned with is, what about my cable? because I'm paying for the stand. I don't even know what I'm paying for anymore. Do I get a power cable? Am I getting a display cable? Yeah, you're going to get a free 1 meter cable, which we can celebrate because if you didn't get it, you'd be looking at a 1.8 meter cable potentially at $129. Now, believe it or not, these cables are special. I know, Will, I know you're getting irritated, but they're special cables. Trust me, because when I'm trying to send these Thunderbolt cables to my current display setup, I'm like, why are they so short? I can't put these displays wherever I want. And I'm in the forums and people are saying, I have this music studio and I want to put these displays over there, but I have the computer far away because I can't have any noise. And then you end up running into these cable limitations for length because of the high throughput of Thunderbolt. Now, in the olden days, you could have an optical cable from Corning on older varieties of Thunderbolt. They don't really make them anymore. And so I would have these things running all over the place. And now, at least from Apple, you go, what do you go? You go up to, 3 meters. There's coming 3 soon.
Meters. Yeah.
Cost a little extra too.
3 meters is coming soon, which is not as long as I would want.
For $30 more?
But it's a huge improvement. 3 meter cable is a huge improvement, gives you more flexibility. But otherwise, 1.8 meters is not that long, I'm telling you right now. So consider that. If you buy any of this stuff and you're imagining your setup, consider this, that you have some cable limitations for like how you configure it, particularly in like a music setting. Though I know with Apple's new studio device, they talked a little bit, and Apple has always been good with this, about how much sound output there is from the fans running and things like this. They've always considered this, how to make a quiet machine. So you can probably have this thing near your recording setup. Although I know for some individuals who are very tuned, they will still want to move this thing somewhere away from anywhere near their microphones.
Do you think the fabric here has anything to do with distortion? Does it fix it or anything?
Oh, yeah. It's a nicely insulated cable.
Okay.
But you just have these you have these limitations for distance for that amount of throughput that Thunderbolt 4 is capable of.
Interesting.
So I don't know if Corning is going to change what's going on and doing like some sort of optical over a longer run, but those are very crazy expensive. So on the last generation Thunderbolt 3, I had a Corning optical cable, which I was actually using to do some networking stuff ages ago. And it was like, I don't know, a couple $1,000s or something like that at the time for a very long one. I mean, you can still see it here. What is that? Click on Thunderbolt Optical, Corning's website. Let's just see if they have anything planned. No, Thunderbolt 3 Optical is the last that they list. They tapped out. Actually, you know what? It was not even Thunderbolt 3. It was Thunderbolt 2, the super long cable that I had. And it honestly might have been 100 feet or something.
Why am I downloading this? What is this? Why is there a download for a cable?
I guess you're going to get a PDF of the features or something. I don't know. You can't buy it from them directly, I don't believe. Yeah, see, there's a where to buy button. It was a thing that they were, they had no interest in retailing themselves. It's just a niche. You had to get it off B&H or something like that. But anyway, Apple's giving you 1 meter. You can buy 1.8 meters, and then coming soon 3 meters, which is going to change your capabilities with your setup. You can get it 3 meters away, your monitor 3 meters away from your system. But this is all expensive stuff. $100, $150 plus. Here we have some iPhone news. Face ID dual hole design to be limited to iPhone 14 Pro in 2022, but expanding to all iPhones in 2023. Okay. So this comes back to this rumor. This from display analyst Ross Young reiterated his expectations for the iPhone 14 lineup and provided some color on what's coming in the future. So we've seen this dual front-facing cutout, which a lot of people are like, well, what's the you might as well just have the notch if you got all this stuff on the front. Maybe they have a point. To me, this looks more futuristic, and it's like, why not? The notch has been there, for so long, and it's just fun to see. It is miniaturized a little bit, and it does give you the impression of more display. I don't know how useful it is having this little bit of extra above there and in between, but it's a fun design.
It's a cleaner look too.
It's a better look. I mean, if I'm honest, that's what they say in the UK. If I'm honest. Anyway, so you have a separation of the front components. Essentially, you have the front-facing camera, which is independent of the remainder of technology necessary for the current Face ID technology. So, like your IR, your dot projection, et cetera, which you're a big guy when it comes to that.
Yeah, the Face ID works really well.
You're always with the dot projection every time we're talking. So anyway, the key with this report is that it would only be on the Pro model, so they would have a way of distinguishing Pro from regular, and then eventually roll it out to the remainder of non-Pro iPhones at a later date. This is a two-stage scenario, which Apple, how they work and how they would consider this. They would say, okay, maybe from a manufacturing standpoint, it's easier not to shift the whole thing over, but also, and this is what I like to think about, especially after yesterday seeing them maintain this design for the iPhone SE, Apple's always thinking about how to arrange the customers, how to persuade, where to offer options, where to apply finesse. And when they do their presentation, they're going to say, and this is the new iPhone 14 Pro. And then it shows...
Just barfs on the mic.
Exactly. I don't know about you, but that gets me excited.
Yeah.
And then they show this new formula on the front, and people are like, that's the one I want, because that's the new one. And then when the regular one has the old notch on there, that's going to be for people that are okay with it, but it will encourage a few more people to upgrade in the meantime. It's all very interesting the way they maneuver features and options for different models just at the right pace with the right amount of market research to understand their customers and how to persuade them.
I agree. I think the physical look of these things, whether it's like a 2-camera versus a 3-camera, I think that makes a huge difference in your perception of luxury, the higher Pro version,
and your perception of newness.
New.
It's very interesting. Like, they don't have a problem putting their latest chip in an old piece of hardware.
And they're probably not. They're okay with the notch as well.
They when I saw the iPhone SE yesterday, and they said we're going to upgrade the chip and we're going to carry this design into 2022. That can only come from a company that knows their customer very well. This is why I was saying only Apple can do this. Apple was kind of bragging, saying only Apple can do this. But there were also criticisms on social media saying only Apple can do this in a complaining kind of way because of the grip that they have on that customer. But that grip is not as simple as some people want it to be, and to say, oh, those people are brainwashed. It's like, well, that's an oversimplification. People are persuaded to be interested in all kinds of different things, and people want and like different things for a variety of reasons. The persuasion takes place over a long period of time. By Apple holding on to a traditional object that some individuals are comfortable with, I promise you they know. They know what they're doing. And they must have people coming in asking for it. They must have people coming in and saying, I don't want that, swiping Face ID thing. I want to have Touch ID. I want it to be like my old phone.
Right.
And for that customer, this thing persists, and it just so happens to be faster now. So I wouldn't doubt when Apple does something, I would assume tremendous preparation and research
Right.
in most cases. Now, of course, there's outliers in that area, like that wireless charge mat that vanished and they never could figure out for whatever crazy reason.
I'm sure,
And
it'll
possibly,
come back.
you could possibly even add the mini model, which apparently didn't sell very well and might be obsolete. That when it comes to the premium price tag, then the small one apparently isn't really attractive. But at the low price tag, for a certain customer who they seem to have discovered and maintained, the combination of the smaller phone with the cheap price tag, that is a thing
Yes.
that people will apparently buy. Apple given an F by U.S. consumer advocacy group over difficult iPhone repairs. This is no surprise. These things are tremendously difficult to repair. I'm not sure it's all that different for other smartphone manufacturers. Smartphones in general, when I used to goof around and repair these things, or even like I've mentioned in the past, iPods before that, like the tightness of everything and the necessity of more glues and having things be stuck together just because of space requirements, it made things just very difficult to work on. Apple's iPhone and MacBooks are some of the most repair-unfriendly devices on the market, a U.S. PIRG report claims, with it scoring the lowest marks of major producers. Okay, so even worse than others. Over the years, Apple's hardware has become much harder to repair and has been the target of right-to-repair campaigns over its hardware. In a new report from the U.S. Public Research Interest Group, the iPhone maker is dead last in groups of major smartphone and notebook producers in terms of repairability. Well, here's the report card. So for smartphones, you have Motorola at the top, which is kind of interesting.
No one has an A.
No one has an A. You have Samsung coming in next, Google, and then Apple. And Apple is quite a bit further down if you look at the numerical representation. Apple scores a 2.75, and Motorola is a 7.7. Samsung 5.69, and Google 4. So like even Google at a D has almost double the number of, as far as the ranking is concerned, of Apple. Right. And then when it comes to laptops, you have Dell at number 1, followed by Asus, Lenovo, Acer, HP, Microsoft, and then Apple's at the bottom of that one as well. I'm not sure that Apple really cares all that much about this. Maybe they've received some pressure from right to repair. But Apple is this proprietary thing. They are this exclusive thing. They want you to come to their people. They want you to speak to their geniuses. They want you to have the most slender device possible. They manufacture all the parts, or the vast majority of parts inside their units, including CPUs now. Everything's embedded, increasingly embedded. There's nothing modular about it. Like, what are you really going to replace? So the whole system from the ground up is just not a very friendly one from a repair perspective. It doesn't stop people. There are some people that love to do it. And it's a service that many users can really benefit from, which is why you have these third parties, which is why the iFixits exist. I had a company in the past that was doing this kind of stuff. But going forward, I don't know. You got to believe it's only going to get harder and harder to repair this stuff. McDonald's is closing all 850 stores in Russia. I saw this report and I saw the statement, I think it was from the CEO of McDonald's, talking about how they really value their employees in Russia and they're going to keep paying them even though they're closing the stores.
Really?
It's pretty wild.
Whoa.
Because that's a lot of employees, right? 850 stores and a lot of part-time, so it's a lot of employees. And I think, I haven't heard of other companies mentioning that when they pulled out.
62,000 employees.
It's crazy.
Wow. Yeah, no, I haven't heard any other company do something like that.
Maybe they are. We shouldn't say that they're not. Maybe other companies are doing the same thing, but McDonald's happened to mention it. Speaking of other companies, actually scroll up a little bit there, Will. So here's how it breaks down in Russia right now. You have the 850 McDonald's closed down. Let's see here. Okay, unlike other big fast food brands in Russia that are owned by franchisees, including KFC, Pizza Hut, Starbucks, and Burger King, which is interesting because a lot of Starbucks elsewhere in the world are not franchisees. They're corporate owned. But I guess in Russia, they're franchisees. McDonald's, on the other hand, which is almost all franchisee owned here, 84% of their locations in Russia were corporate owned. That's kind of interesting, isn't it?
A little flip.
So KFC and Pizza Hut on Monday, they're not closing, but they said they're donating the profits from their 1,050 restaurants in Russia to humanitarian efforts. So it's a different approach. They say, okay, we donate. We don't close. We keep selling the pizza. We keep selling the chicken. That's what they say. They whisper when they say it. But we then do the humanitarian. Burger King said it is redirecting the profits from its 800 Russian stores to relief efforts, donating $2 million in food vouchers to Ukrainian refugees. And Starbucks goes with the donation as well. Profits from its 130 Russian stores go to the humanitarian efforts. Also, McDonald's said Tuesday it had donated more than $5 million to its employee assistance fund for relief efforts. McDonald's first opened in Moscow in 1990, and it was hailed as a sign of the thawing of the Cold War. And here we are, 2022, and things got chilly again, Mo. Things got chilly again.
Yeah.
So no McDonald's. And I know you were asking, you were like, hey, I wonder what the McDonald's menu looks like.
In Russia.
And I feel like Will can find this for us because we need to know what Russia's missing out on now that 850 stores will be closing. We need to know that because McDonald's they do the regional menu.
Yeah.
And have you ever experienced the regional menu?
Yeah, in Pakistan.
What did you get?
Well, I had some of their chicken burgers.
Yeah, it's all chicken.
But I was noticing they had no they had none of the pork options. No bacon.
No.
None of those.
No. Well, in India, where I went to McDonald's, Ryan ended up buying a paneer. Do you know what that is?
No.
It's like a cheese, sort of, but it's like a thicker, more dense. Maybe Will's going to find it here. Or he's still looking for, I don't know. He's clicking around.
Very small.
It's all right. It's okay, Will. We need to shift to paneer McDonald's, India. We've moved on here. Yeah. Spicy paneer burger. It's kind of like a cheese. I don't know. But he had no clue. And someone had recommended it to him.
It looks kind of good.
Someone had made a recommendation because there's all kinds of vegetarian options in India.
Yeah.
And he was not happy with this burger.
Oh, Ryan
Why?
didn't like them.
Shout out
too
Ryan.
spicy for
Shout
him.
out Ryan. He's coming in like May. We'll get him on the show.
Oh, amazing.
I don't know. I know you don't like to give up your chair.
Oh, no, for Ryan? Come on.
I know that this becomes a thing, like it becomes an issue behind the scenes.
Ryan, this chair's yours anytime
I know
you
in
want
front of the camera, there's like the one thing that you'll say, but then behind the scenes,
I'm like, who's this Ryan guy?
it-
Come in here.
so I try to balance the thing out, and I try to, just make sure everything's happening smoothly.
Right.
So don't worry. To those of you watching this, we will make sure that there's an agreement, a satisfactory agreement between Mo and Ryan when this actually does happen. But he was not a fan of the paneer burger. I had chicken. It was spicy, and I didn't mind. So, and now the spicy chicken is all the rage
Yeah,
everywhere.
it's everywhere.
Everything is spicy chicken everywhere you go.
Yeah, just to end this off, I don't know, it doesn't say in this article, but I thought this quote was really dramatic. McDonald's says, behave and maybe you can get your Happy Meal
Is
back.
that really a quote?
Whoa.
Is that really a quote?
It's in quotes,
I know that
but I
total,
couldn't find it.
I
here.
know this website said it. Total Frat Move is the website that was on.
Well,
so I'm not
I couldn't find
sure.
the quote.
I'm not. Oh, it's not in the article
It's
anywhere?
not in there,
Oh, okay.
no.
So they just made it up.
They're maybe paraphrasing.
Yeah, which is okay, but yeah, just a little entertainment, I guess. Okay, so Coca-Cola jumped in because Coke was taking heat because they were like, I think Pepsi first made this statement.
Okay.
About the exit. Pepsi's like, we're out, if I recall correctly. And then Coke didn't immediately make a move. You know Coca-Cola, you know the classic. Mm-hmm. You ever tried it?
Yes.
The real?
Yeah, the real stuff. The classic.
Cane sugar?
You know, man, the history of Coca-Cola is very interesting. Mm-hmm. Like, I don't know if you guys have paid any attention to it, but they tried to switch the recipe at one point, and people flipped. They called it the new Coke. Mm-hmm. People flipped.
Wait, Coca-Cola called it the new Coke?
Yes.
Oh, so they weren't like secretive about it. They were like,
They said
we changed the recipe.
they under mounting pressure from Pepsi, the Pepsi onslaught. You remember? No, you don't remember.
Because?
The Pepsi challenge. You sip, blindfold on the street. Which one you like better? Mm-hmm. Look at that. You chose the Pepsi. Would you look at that?
What do you
Pepsi
get?
challenge.
Did you get like a gift if you chose right?
Yeah, you get the Pepsi.
Just the Pepsi? Oh, they take it away if you chose wrong? Like,
can't
no
have
Pepsi for
anymore.
you.
You chose wrong. It doesn't go in the commercial, Will.
Yeah.
You understand?
Which one do you have a preference? Coke or Pepsi?
Yeah, Coke, of course.
Really?
Why?
Wait a second.
Oh.
Wait a second here. You're a Pepsi guy?
You're not gonna remember this, but
See you
about
later.
4 or 5 years
Get the
ago.
hell outta here.
No, hold on.
I'm kidding.
I got a story.
Yeah.
About 4 or 5 years ago, I was at dinner with you. We were out with a few people. It was a symposium, and I asked the waitress if they had Pepsi, and she said, "No, we only do Coke here." And I said, "No, I won't have any." And you lost your mind.
That sounds like something I would do.
Yeah,
That absolutely,
You,
I don't recall it.
Told
But
the waitress like you're gonna have to wait a second, and you just like asked me, berated me with like. So
I
many
don't think I
questions.
would have berated anybody.
Okay,
I don't know about
doesn't
that.
sound like you.
I don't think you've got the right guy, actually. Now that I heard that part, I think it might have been somebody else.
Okay.
I would probably just be intrigued. I might come off as aggressive, but my aggression would only be intrigue. Enthusiastic intrigue.
Yeah. No, it was all in good fun, but it was very interesting for me.
Enthusiastic intrigue. I'd be very intrigued that someone would feel that strongly, because I would say Coke, but I wouldn't feel that strongly. That if I needed a cola,
Yeah,
I wouldn't. It wouldn't throw me off to that extent.
Well, everyone in the chat is going for Coke, except for one person.
That went Pepsi.
Pepsi.
That's me and that
Everyone's
guy.
going Coke.
Yeah. Well, anyway, they tried to change to the new Coke, and huge failure. People wanted their classic. And that's where the classic thing came in. Before that, it was just Coca-Cola. They didn't have to say classic. And then the commercial started to say classic because they had to differentiate from the new one. Which they canceled after it was a complete failure. So they needed to tell people that it was an actual classic. Anyway, so Coke, I guess, is out now. Maybe we can see what's going on here. So McDonald's announcement, they're leaving Russia. People are selling their supplies on the internet. What supplies?
Coke?
What?
McDonald's?
They're selling their McDonald's meals? Jeez. Black market fast food.
Whoa, what is going on?
What a thought. But actually, Mo, let's think about this for a second.
No, I mean, sure, let's think about it.
You have
but-
your habits,
Yeah.
your daily, look at Tim Hortons, whatever. Imagine it just closed.
But I find another way to get coffee.
Imagine they all closed.
All of them? There's no coffee left?
No, I'm just saying, picture your habit.
Yeah.
Have you ever had a feeling, and Will always does this, Will has cravings, where he just needs to have a certain item,
Right.
and he runs out of here. He sprints out of here to go get it. And it happens every so often. I'm like, "Are you okay, man?" He's like, "Craving."
Gotta go.
He says it like that.
Yeah, he's just craving, and he's like all the way down at the other end. And he's usually going for, remind me what you're going for?
At McDonald's?
Yeah.
I would go for a McDouble.
So he's normally going
Just
for.
a simple.
So he's going
and
for
a junior
no,
chicken.
No, it's fine. It's fine. You're one of those value guys.
Same.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah, I like the value meal.
What is that about?
I don't know. You get a
Explain it.
variety of food.
Explain it to me.
Well, typically I get a McDouble and a junior chicken. Now I got a beef burger and a chicken burger, and it cost me less than a one decided Big Mac.
Does it actually?
Yeah, I think so.
2 of those cost less than 1 of the other ones?
I think so. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh wow. So you
You
guys
got to get on it, man.
so you guys like the variety aspect.
Yeah. Well, I do.
I
don't
do
speak
too.
for Will. Yeah.
Holy cow. Well, McDonald's got you guys figured out. But anyway, so let's say, Will, for example, the craving hits you on a McDouble and you're halfway down there and then you remember that McDonald's has shut down in the country. You hit the black market or what?
Oh, no, I wouldn't go that far. No.
No, you wouldn't do it. It's impossible.
Just travel to the States or something and do that.
You go all the way down there.
Maybe.
Okay. Yeah.
Buffalo's
No, I'm
short trip.
just saying it's interesting, man. And I know like on the spectrum of people who love their McDonald's or their Coca-Cola or their whatever, there's a weird thing that happens with supply and demand and scarcity. Once I tell you you can't have it, you want it more than ever before.
Oh, like BTS and Biebs when they made these collabs with.
Kind of. But
all
like,
that stuff
but
was
like,
on
let
eBay
me
the next
let
day.
me imagine I said to you, Mo,
Yeah. Whoa.
the that's when it first opened in the 90s. Imagine if I said to you, you will never have McDonald's ever again. Today is your last day. You can go one last time. Would you go or not go?
Absolutely.
Yeah, you would go.
Yeah.
Because it's just like, damn.
I'd clear my schedule.
Damn.
Yeah.
Because it from a representative perspective, it's not really about the food. It's more the nostalgia of having, it's like all this weird childhood, weird comfort. It's a bizarre comfort.
Yeah.
And they know it with their arches and their smiles and things and their meals that are happy. They know damn well what it is.
It's kind of like comfort food, dare I say,
Well,
to a lot of people.
Yeah.
but in a different way from like home cooking comfort food.
Yes. Yes.
In a different way where it's just such strong branding and such strong memories and the targeting of you when you were a youth, like a child, and the birthday parties, and they used to do the playgrounds. It's also colorful and optimistic presentation. Just incredible marketing and things like this. But anyway,
Yeah.
they're
there's
gone.
Yeah.
They're gone, and people
To sum it up thusly.
they're gone, and people are buying McDonald's leftovers on the black market. It's very dangerous. I do not recommend you do this because I know that the McDonald's burger will never break down. Remember that one in
Yeah.
Iceland?
Yeah.
You probably can eat it a month later without refrigeration.
Oh,
But just don't.
No, I'm not saying. I definitely am not advocating. Full disclaimer: do not do that. But some people will try because people will try anything. And hopefully things get sorted out and everything can be
Yeah.
McDonald's and Starbucks and whatever you might want. That you can go get it. You may have noticed, speaking of this situation in Ukraine, you may have noticed the letter Z. And here's a little story about how the letter Z became a pro-war symbol in Russia and what it means. I noticed this on day one of the invasion, that all the tanks and personnel carriers
really?
have had the giant letter Z painted on it.
Yeah, you said it on the show.
Yeah,
I remember.
and immediately I thought, okay, this is a way of identifying Russian forces versus Ukrainian forces so that there's no friendly fire. It's like you're not blowing up your own forces because you can't identify it. And then you start to think about, well, what kind of mark could you make quickly on your military equipment to that's a simple mark and easy to identify. But there might be actually more to it. And you don't have to click. I don't know if we have an Economist subscription. Do we? Maybe. I feel like I paid for it. But it doesn't matter because you can get it via these tweets. So you can just scroll instead to the next tweet. Like it's a tweet thread. So one theory is that, and by the way, there are theories on it. No one's talked to Putin directly. One theory is that the markings on the tanks were there to distinguish Russian troops from their foes in the battlefield. That's what I had imagined. The other one is that it indicates the Kremlin's desire to take out Ukraine's president Zelensky.
Oh.
Because you would think, okay, you can choose any letter you want to identify your troops, right?
Yeah.
It could be an A, could be an N, could be
A P.
an R for
An
Russia.
R for Russia, yeah.
It could be anything. Now, my feeling on that is the Z is very easy to write.
Yeah. You could do it quickly.
Like a Z, if you're
Yeah.
doing with graffiti or something.
Especially when it's like rolling past, you can just like run up to it
With
and
like
then-
a spray paint. Yeah.
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 As Russian forces assembled along Ukraine's borders, open source intelligence showed the letter Z painted. You could, like, they had satellite imagery. Yeah, and then, okay, so then anyway, what ended up happening, and by the way, no one knows for certain why the letter Z was selected. But I'm sure there's a billion conspiracy theories, but it is absolutely identifying their equipment. But the most recent development is that Russian citizens in support of the war have started to use the letter Z as well and sort of rally around this symbol.
Mm-hmm.
There was a gymnast who won a medal actually against another Ukrainian gymnast and wore the letter Z in the center in support of the war. Go ahead, Mo. Mo wants to respond. Go ahead.
I just think that's a bit of a statement.
Go ahead, Mo.
No, man. What are you doing?
This week, Ivan Kuliak, a Russian gymnast, plastered a Z on his uniform when he took to the podium beside a Ukrainian competitor at the Gymnastics World Cup in Qatar. Politicians have also used it. Now, do you think this is on his own accord, or do you think there's any pressure applied there?
You couldn't apply pressure to me to do this. I would have to like come to my own conclusion. Because he's really doing something, in my opinion, is kind of rude.
But he's a young man. How old is that guy? You know,
I don't know. Yeah.
right? You got the president on the phone of your country, right? You grew up your whole life. That guy's in power. It's difficult, Mo.
It is.
It's not that simple.
Definitely hard.
You,
yeah.
like Canadian Mo, doesn't have a problem not wearing the Z.
Absolutely. Yeah.
That guy's not Canadian Mo. You understand? You still go to Tim Hortons right now.
The perspective matters. Yeah.
You're going to McDonald's later today after the discussion. He's not.
Yeah.
Go back to that last slide over there. What are you laughing about, Will? Russia's state propaganda machine has turned the Z into the invasion's unofficial logo. They got a hashtag. Crazy. Its defense ministry has suggested that it stands for ZA, meaning for victory. There's a lot of different speculation on why this is the selection. I have to admit, it's kind of a terrifying mark.
Z? Yeah.
Oh, like the end.
Yeah. Like
It's the
World War
last-
Z type.
It's the last letter. It's not the mark of Zorro. What does this say? Remember these marks. Look at this. Is this real? Can you trust this? It has 2 likes on Twitter. Probably not. Maybe it's real. Maybe it's real. Look at this. It's Z, the plain Z, Eastern Forces of the Russian Federation. Z with a box around it, Russian forces from Crimea. O is forces from Belarus. V, Marine Corps. X, Chechens. And A, Special Forces. Maybe. Okay.
Maybe.
Maybe. I know. Will.
Let's just make sure that it's put out there. The
No, that's a
disclaimer.
huge disclaimer. Huge maybe on that one. Massive. Maximum maybe on that one. But what a terrifying mark. I don't like it one bit. Well, I don't like it one bit.
I'm with you.
You want to read that headline? I want to hear how you read it, Will.
Ubisoft
How dare you? Go ahead.
and Take-Two are also blocking game sales in Russia, following EA Games, CD Projekt Red, Activision Blizzard, and Epic Games.
It's heating up, man. We saw Microsoft's like, oh, you can't buy our hardware anymore. But then we were imagining, well, what about games? Because the hardware is already out there. Yeah. Ubisoft and Take-Two suspending game sales. In an updated post on a blog, Ubisoft announced its decision to pause sales in Russia, citing the ongoing tragedy in Ukraine. The blog post itself doesn't go into detail about the ban, but includes both physical and digital copies of the game. So you have the games, you still play the games, but you can't get the games and presumably upcoming games. And this takes effect in both Russia and Belarus, by the way. That's one of the first times I've seen Belarus included. Here's a quote from Take-Two. We have watched recent events unfold in Ukraine with concern and sadness. That's from Take-Two's vice president. After significant consideration, last week we decided to stop new sales, installations, and marketing support across all our labels in Russia and Belarus at this time. By the way, you have EA games in there with FIFA and NHL. I have to assume those would be big titles in Russia. So those are halted, and virtual currencies are completely halted inside of those games.
No more V-Bucks.
Activision, Blizzard suspended new sales of and in games, so you can't buy things in game, and Epic Games also a part of that. So they don't want to be contributing they don't want to be a part of any kind of revenue generation, or they're like, okay, you have the game, play the game, but any new revenue, no thank you.
It is interesting because entertainment, especially games, are more on the citizen side. So they're being punished.
For sure.
You know?
Well, it's any way that pressure can be applied. It's been, it's very complicated philosophically, right?
Yeah.
It's like now you got regular people suffering who maybe have nothing to do with this, probably definitely have nothing to do with this in many cases. But you are looking for any application of pressure that is nonviolent. Right? Because violence is the last resort for the West to not want to incite or escalate or amplify the situation. So it's part of it is sanctions which come via the government, and then part of it is what we're talking about here is just private companies making up their own minds about how to contribute to that building pressure. And you assume that if enough people get touched, right, via this variety of developments, it's going to be one thing that causes you to now be pissed off with what's going on. Like maybe for Mo, it's McDonald's. For you, it's Ubisoft. For the next guy, it's Apple or whoever else has announced. And if it's enough contributions, now it's tough because for a lot of these companies, Russia represents a small amount of their revenue. And it's hard for us to know how popular these things are in Russia because of the fact that we're far removed. And all these companies are like enormous here. And you can immediately imagine how this would affect you in your life. However, we don't, it's hard to know exactly how successful or embedded or important to culture these things are over there. Like that's why I think the significance of, say, FIFA or NHL, I know those are huge sports there.
Right.
So now I assume, okay, those titles probably matter. But I'd have to be looking at graphs and demographics and things like that to know where the biggest hits could take place.
Yeah.
It's why it's significant that for McDonald's, it's like 850 stores. Or you start to think about the prevalence of Coca-Cola. Like, is there some Russian equivalent cola which competes and is also wildly popular that people don't mind switching to? Or does it have to be the classic? Or if you're a guy like Mo, and it's got to be Pepsi. That's the one that touched him. That's the one that touched him. And then all of a sudden he's yelling and screaming in the restaurant.
Yeah, that's me.
And then we're going to add Porsche to the mix, suspending all... oh, wait a sec. This is different. They're suspending all production? The German manufacturer is pointing to supply chain issues brought on by Russia's invasion. So this now comes into Russia's relationship with the rest of Europe from a supply chain perspective, energy perspective, the way that they interact. And this is going to affect now everyone in the world who wants one of these vehicles.
Right.
Even you, Mo. You get your pre-order in for the 911 GT3. Do you know what those things cost, man?
I have no idea.
Good. Don't even look.
Okay.
Don't even look. Car Scoops reports that Porsche is pausing all production because of the situation. An internal memo from within Porsche was posted on Twitter and it blames supply chain woes for the disruption. The outlet hasn't confirmed the validity of the memo, but if it's taken at face value, it spells trouble for customers waiting for new Porsches. Production will be paused on the new 911 GT3 and GT3 Touring starting March 17th. After that, all other 911 production will be halted on March 31st. Production of the 718, Cayman, and Boxster will be paused. You know what this is going to do, right?
No, what's up?
Well, the value is going to go up on pre-existing models, like
yeah.
Will with his Bronco over there.
Oh yeah, I forgot about this.
Bronco update.
Everyone's gone. All the viewers left.
I start a clip like this.
Will, we gotta know. We gotta know. Sorry, down.
This is enormous, ladies and gentlemen. I'm going to just finish this up. Car Scoops reports that these cars will join the Cayenne, Macan, Taycan, and Panamera that have already had their production shuttered. So I apologize to anyone that has had one of these on orders that didn't go into production yet. This is deadly for you. It's going to take a while. It's an internal memo. Take it for what it is. Has not been confirmed by the manufacturer as far as the public's concerned. But it looks to me like everything is paused for a while, and these cars are going to get pricey.
Let me ask you this. So you have a Taycan. Would you sell it?
Oh, man. Totally could.
I mean, for like a really good price. Because now would be the time, right?
It would. You just got me thinking.
Yeah.
I mean, I probably...
Actually, don't sell this thing. This thing's so cool.
Yeah. I was talking to you about that yesterday. Which one do you
No, I know. It's
driving
nice
more?
to just look at it, honestly. Yeah. It's nice to...
That's what we do.
All of us.
We don't drive it.
No, we just stand there and
like, damn, it's a good looking It's a good looking car. No, but you're right. Like, these things are starting to become investments.
Yeah.
With the way the world is working right now, it's very weird.
Mm-hmm. How many miles does that have?
No, it's probably worth as much as whatever I pay. That's so weird.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
To think about. And same goes with trucks. Is like, I told you this before, I got a lot of friends who drive trucks, and they would have dealers calling them up saying, can we buy your truck that they bought 6 months ago? And they're saying, we'll pay you more than you paid for it. Is there anything else you can drive in the meantime? Are you interested at all? Because of the amount of demand and the money to be made and the lack of inventory. So anyway, I guess you add Porsche to the list. You think about VW, think about BMW, Mercedes. I wonder how the energy aspect is going to affect these businesses and production, and then parts, and then sanctions, and then just the general just issues that have to do with the changing environment in the world there. I mean, you had chip shortages before any of that happened. You had COVID before any of that happened. It's just been an absolute onslaught. But now I am going to get out of your way, Will. I am not going to interrupt. I am not going to spoil. It is your time to shine. It is your moment to take the stage, take center stage, and explain to the people what has happened in your life. This is an update that the entire community has been waiting for. This is the most anticipated moment in Lou Later's short history that we've had a show here. And so I'm actually going to push my mic away, which hasn't happened in a while. I'm going to push my mic away because of the importance of this moment. Go ahead, Will, take it away.
We were talking yesterday, and you told me to save it for the show. I mean, I just, over the weekend, just put a deposit on a Bronco. That's it.
How did you get to that? How did you just decide that you're going to do that?
You know what? There isn't a particular reason. I just figured it was a $500 deposit.
Okay,
and I was
committed?
Just like, okay, yeah, I actually wanted to go to the dealership to check out a Bronco.
Okay.
To go inside, maybe go ride around or something. They only had one there, and it was already purchased, and the guy picked it up like while I was there.
Whoa.
It was like the wild track, and then I didn't even have a chance to kind of go in and check it out. That's how crazy this demand is. So
did you have to spec it out before you booked it or reserved it or whatever you did?
I did, yeah.
So
It
you
was fun.
spec'd out your Bronco.
It was fun.
You put in. This is like.
I already spec'd it out months ago, Mo.
Oh my god!
So-
But I thought we were all discussing what you would do and whatnot.
Well,
Oh my. Well, that's
can
amazing.
you pull your
dude.
mic back? Or what's going on here? Do you have any questions or what? You're just looking at me.
I just wanted to make sure, because I said I promised I wouldn't interrupt. I just wanted to make sure
I'm
that.
done. I was done 5 minutes ago. Shout
You.
out to Jameson.
Did he just contribute to your
Put
Bronco?
Put it towards the Bronco, Will.
Nice.
Thanks. I appreciate it.
Listen to me, Will. Listen to me for a second.
What do you want?
Don't you dare underestimate the significance of this after everything we've been through on this show right here relating to your Bronco. The entire audience has been invested in you.
I don't know about that. You made it
Yes.
such a big deal.
No. The people, they care. And they've been, some of them, they haven't been able to sleep. As they awaited your big decision. You know what it's like, Will? It's like when everyone was waiting to see where LeBron James was going to sign when he was a free agent.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden, like when it was like the big decision, and he was
There's
like,
helicopters around.
I'm taking my talents to South Beach, and he's going to Miami.
Yeah.
It was a similar amount of anticipation
I don't know about that.
about you and what your decision was on the.
I mean, either way,
Bronco.
just to kind of end it off, I mean,
You weren't done.
person-
you weren't
the person-
done. You weren't done. I'm
no, I
pushing
think
my
it was
mic away.
for you guys to know. The dealer was just like, yeah, this is probably going to be a 2023. I was like, when at 2023? And they're like, who knows? So it could literally be the end of 2023.
So they were
It
just
could be like a
preparing
year and a
you.
half.
They were preparing you for the delay.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Which, I mean, that's a lot. To be waiting for a car.
In a way, I feel like you don't mind. You sicko.
So what? He can like change his mind?
No, because he gets to live longer in anticipation.
Oh, in the research and the obsession
yeah,
portion.
he does.
of
He
buying
gets to
something. Yeah.
extend this purchase.
You know what? That's kind of nice.
It is,
actually.
isn't it?
Yeah.
It is, isn't it? This now is a thing that you can imagine happening for the next year.
I don't want to, though.
Yeah, you do. Don't lie to me.
Oh,
Don't lie to me, Will. Because listen, you've already, how much time have you already put into it?
well, I'm actually learning more about cars even now, just watching YouTube videos. It's kind of like an educational course beyond just Bronco.
But this
Get
falls
to learn
into
what
it.
A pillars are.
I know, but
pillars.
that was motivated by
Yeah,
this interest in the Bronco.
sure. Yeah.
And now into the next year, you have something to kind of
Look forward to.
almost permanently look forward to.
Yeah, but there's also the gas prices,
Are those stressing you out?
electricity. Yeah, electric cars are coming up. It's a big decision nowadays as a car purchaser. You know?
So are you suggesting that you might bail on this even though you've done the deposit?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, there's... Oh, I wasn't clear for that?
No,
I
thought
mean,
you were-
waiting for a year and a half, that's tough. You might think it's like a positive. I don't know. It's a lot.
Well, no. For the record, it's obviously not a positive. I was just trying to spin it the kind of glass half empty
Yeah.
situation where you could find a perspective which is like, especially for you who's been investing so much time in content and research and such,
Yeah.
that you kind of can enjoy the experience to a point.
Yes.
It's definitely
Yes.
to a point. If you really need a vehicle or yours is busted or broken down, then waiting is not, there's nothing fun about it at all. But like, for example, a lot of people, when they order a custom car, like many people will not even just order a custom car. They would just go in and say, what do you got? And I need to buy a car and let's see what you have. Or they buy a used car or something like that.
Unfortunately, I'm not that kind of guy.
No.
I like to pick it out.
You picked it out. You picked it out. But is this the first time you did that with a vehicle?
Yes, actually.
You did the process of picking the exact one you want built for you. And then that comes with like a different psychology associated with it. It's a whole different thing at that point.
Dude, I was watching a video about building Broncos, and their the types of accessories that you order gives a percentage on the build time. So like literally you have a hard top that you order. It's literally like an extra 44% build time, like an extra of that.
Does it say it in percentage like that?
In percentage, yeah.
It's kind of cool, actually.
Yeah.
That is very cool.
Or if you get like a Sasquatch edition, it's like, an extra 65% or something.
Wow. So it's not like Apple when you do we did a different config yesterday on the Mac Studio, and then it was saying, oh, that's going to take an extra 3-4 weeks.
Yeah.
This does it in percentage.
Yeah, and it's a Bronco forum, so it's constantly updating.
Oh, wait a sec.
With
This is not on the
percentages.
order site. This is a community.
Yeah, and then a guy makes a video out of it and then posts it on YouTube.
So how
Will
is
is
crazy.
deep.
I'm telling you, I watch every
Will
single
is very,
video.
very deep. He's on the forum that is, I don't even know how that guy knows. I guess it's through polling.
Polling and also forum just messages. He's just diving deep into them
That's incredible.
and how other people got their build date earlier.
Got you. Yeah. So
It's crazy.
So can you show us your build?
Right now.
Do you mind?
Don't we have a show?
We
going
do.
on?
Yeah, we have a show, but this is part of the show. It's been part of the show. I mean, I feel like the people, you can't leave them.
jeez.
No, you can't leave them hanging like that. Well, that would be
Okay, for the
pretty rude, man.
15th time I built it.
Wait, what are you
do
talking
it
about?
again.
But this is official now. You actually ordered it, man.
Because I keep building it.
You
I
actually
just go
ordered.
home and I build it.
Yeah.
No. You might do it, but the people don't know what you actually ordered.
Okay, so I'm going to go with the 2022.
Okay.
I'm actually going to...
Wait, can you go with a different model year? Or
I could go with 2021. I mean, it's...
okay,
They didn't ask me,
okay.
so I'm just gonna.
I guess any builds now would be so far.
So
they would have
obviously
to be 2022.
not the sport edition, just the straight up Bronco.
Okay.
Did you say obviously?
Yeah, because some people think it's a sport. I was talking to my brother-in-law, and he's just like, "Yeah, you're gonna get the sport, like the Bronco." He thought the Bronco was the sport.
Because you see so many of them out there,
Yeah.
but they're actually totally different vehicles.
Exactly, yeah.
Yeah.
I'm gonna get the 4-door Black Diamond,
Ooh.
and the only reason
What
why I
color?
chose this is because it has drain plugs. This one and the Badlands edition only has drain plugs on the floor.
Oh, you didn't explain the drain plug thing to people, which is he's
I
the
don't know
most
what this is.
he's the most perverted on this one.
Okay, I need to know what this is. What are the
It's
drain
true.
plugs?
It's true.
It's literally the fact that the floor is like just plastic, and then you can hose it down, and then there's a drain plug where you can just open it, and then it
Oh.
just drains all the water.
And where is this? In the car?
It's in the car, yeah.
Wait, just like
There, like you can order floor mats.
oh, so
but-
it's not the trunk only. It's also the inside where you sit. You can
Mm-hmm.
hose that down too. Interesting.
Well, it has vinyl seats, which you could hose it down.
Oh, what?
So you can do that
You
too.
just your car's gonna take a shower.
You don't
can do that.
understand how many times he's explained this exact thing to me.
Let me reiterate one more time.
He loves this feature.
This
Yeah.
draining. This
Honestly,
washing.
I
How
don't
is
even
it?
know if he likes the car.
Yeah,
He loves the drain plugs. He's like, check out my new drain plugs.
yeah.
I'm like, you mean the Bronco? He's like, no, the drain plugs.
Oh, but you know what? I'm with you. Now that you just said this, I'm applying it to my life. Kovu has ruined my car.
Well, that's the angle.
yeah, that's actually amazing. I'm with you now, Will.
so I
Drain
don't, I
plugs.
really don't understand why there's still upholstery in cars.
Comfort.
Sure, but
Not everyone has a dog shedding mud all
I know,
over the place.
but also the winter time. Like you should like I don't know. There should be some sort of option where there are drain plugs and no upholstery at all for cars. Like during these winter seasons, you get
It's
muddy
tough out
boots,
here in
ice,
Canada.
dirt, everything, slush all over the floors. That's okay as long as you have a drain plug, I think.
There's a lot of different customers. Well, some people, they live in a condo, they park underground, the drain plug might mean less to them than it does to you.
Yeah.
You have to imagine that there's another customer. But I am very excited about how excited you are. And I can't wait to watch you use these drain plugs.
Oh, I'll show you.
Yeah, I can't
Every
wait.
day.
I can't wait to see you hose it out. Anyway, continue with your build.
So I think I'll go with maybe a carbon black,
What do you
carbon
mean?
gray,
Oh, so you didn't.
which is darker.
Wait a second.
Yeah, I flip-flopped.
So
Wait, but which one did you decide on?
do you not have to commit at this point?
I went with the carbon gray.
Oh, you
when I
went
ordered
with
yeah.
it. You went with it.
I think the black is nice, but carbon gray just adds a little bit more tactile, tactical.
I'm
I guess.
fully in support of your carbon gray.
Okay.
And I'll tell you why. Because it gives you the two-tone. So now you got the black roof, you got the
Right.
black trim around the windows, black side mirrors, black door handles,
Yes.
black front grille, right? And then so you get the two-tone effect where you can actually spot the details on the Bronco a little bit better than if you went black.
Yes.
So just click on the black one more time. I mean, black is nice too.
Yeah,
Black
but I
is
see what
nice,
you're saying. The door handles disappear.
Kinda-
You're
you-
losing a few things.
You lose
there.
some details. You get the stealth aspect, but you lose some details. So this is what you went with.
Yes.
Carbonized gray. Can I see the other grays just while we're here? So that's like a silver. Oh yeah, iconic silver. Cactus gray. You could have
This
done
is
that.
more
I
of like
kinda
a
like
flat.
this.
You could have
flat
done it. You
color.
could have
This is
done it.
like
You
a
could have done
matte.
it. You could have done it.
I don't mind this one. This one's
That's
a white.
white. What's that blue one?
I don't
you-
even mind
you
the white
sent
either.
over? Oh no, I'm
Area 51 is nice. This color.
Interesting. So why did you go with carbonized gray metallic instead of the flat gray?
It's darker.
So you just wanted
darker.
a darker color. You wanted closer to black.
Yeah.
And I guess with the metallic, you also sort of pick up reflections a little bit.
I don't really like that. Like the metallic
Oh, you don't?
flakes, but I rather have the flat gray, but they don't have it.
You would
But it's
rather
okay.
have a dark flat gray.
Yes.
Interesting. Okay. So basically what you're saying is the flat gray that they have is too light for you.
Yeah. Or it has the speckles, right?
No, I'm saying
Has the flicks.
the flat one because they do have a
flat
flat one, but you're just
Oh
saying
yeah,
it's
yeah,
too
yeah.
light.
It's too light.
Okay.
Yeah,
All right.
it's too light.
Keep going. Sorry, I'm asking too many questions. Keep going.
I changed out the wheels. It's still 17 inches, but just a different pattern.
What is the stock wheel? Is just that like steel wheel look?
Steelies, yeah.
And then you had to pay for this upgrade.
Yeah.
And
Grand.
did you?
$1,000 for those wheels. They are better. They're cool. Let's see the other wheel you could have got.
This Sasquatch.
Oh my God.
It looks way better with the beadlock tires, but I don't think I need this.
It's because the problem was when you clicked it, it was a $6,000 change.
Yeah. And you get some other stuff too. I think it's a front and rear axle lock.
Yeah.
So
It's for
I
really-
don't really need that.
Well, yeah, that's like off-roading stuff. The Raptor has a very similar setup. Okay, switch to the beadlock again from this this angle. Jeez. Oh,
It's mean.
my God,
Very-
the tires. It's a package. So you get the
Yes.
you get the beadlock wheel and you get the bigger. Interestingly though, it is you might not want that all the time. The vehicle gets wider
Yes, it
for
does.
parking. You can see the fender flare get further out
Yep.
and the tire move further out. You had a wider vehicle all the time.
Mm-hmm.
And I know you care a little bit about parking and like maneuverability.
And less mileage.
And probably the ride quality would be a little different too. Interesting.
The tires I'm gonna leave. I'm definitely gonna get a hard top.
A hard top. Can you go over some of the options for the top? This is why this vehicle is so fun. This vehicle is ridiculous when you spec it. It is so customizable.
Yeah. Everyone goes with the soft top mainly because with the soft top, it's just really easy to purchase this car and have it built. Apparently, a lot of like construction is the hard top. So a lot of waiting.
You don't want the soft top.
No.
Why not?
It looks goofy. Not a fan. Like
Really?
it kind of like it has flaps on the back.
Yeah, it's like a Jeep soft
It doesn't
top.
look solid. Like the back glass or whatever.
It's
The
like a
back-
Jeep.
Yeah.
But it's easy to take it. It's like in the summertime
Sure. Yeah.
to open it up. I think some people like that.
Yeah. Which I don't really mind, but yeah, I don't really like it.
So there's a couple of other options here. Like go back up there. Retractable twill, soft canvas. What are these things? Are these accessories that you also have? Why are there so many options for the roof?
Yeah. So the roof comes in, if it's a hard top, then it comes in 5 panels. And I think with the retractable front row, only the front panel, like it's more easily
I got you. Okay.
removed, I guess.
All right. Now with this model that you have here, the hard top is actually included, or
No.
it's an extra fee,
Yeah.
$700.
Wait a second. Do they even have the hard top here?
Yeah, it's at the very
Soft
bottom,
black coffee.
molded.
Oh yeah, this one.
Yeah.
Sorry.
$700 for that upgrade. I don't even think I've seen a Bronco on the road with the hard top. I
Really?
feel like all the ones I see have the soft top.
Oh.
What about you? Have you seen in the wild with the hard top?
I've only seen one Bronco with the
What?
Sasquatch and the hardtop. It's exactly what I want, but it's the Badlands edition, which is like way more expensive. And
When you say you saw it driving past, or you actually went and looked at it?
driving past.
Oh, driving past.
Near my place.
Yeah, I've been on the lookout ever since. Are you going to drive around with the doors off?
No. No.
The roof off, though.
Roof, yeah, sure. Let my hair fly.
It's a whole new willy do. All right, what else we got?
Yeah, the front
This is a
bumper,
hot clip,
sure.
by the way. I don't know if you know that. I know you're stressing right now, but
I'm not stressed.
this is a hot. Well, maybe Mo is. This is a hot clip. This is Will specking his dream Bronco. It's a hot clip, so you keep going.
Okay. But most of it is fairly stock, I would say. Because I'm pretty modest. And
Oh yeah, that's a real modest looking car.
That was good.
but I would do like aftermarket stuff. I would definitely tint it, add a PPF in the front.
Oh, I'll give you
flaps as well.
a good place for that.
Yeah.
I'll give you a good recommendation for that. What about any of this stuff like body appearance kit? What does that do for $17.90? What happens there?
This one, I think
There's
they
so
add,
many options
I think
here.
they add the PPF in here.
Oh, okay.
I think so.
And slide out tailgate. What's that?
Oh, so this one in the trunk there, it's a layer, and then you can slide out a table.
That's kind of cool. I don't mind
And it's
that.
pretty heavy duty.
That's pretty cool.
I would rather
600 pounds.
Yeah,
You can sit on it.
you could. Yes. Yeah. You cook on it as well.
Yeah, I don't mind
Put a
that.
mini
That might be
barbecue.
that accessory might be worth it.
I might think about getting the roof rails, crossbars,
What are you going to put on there? Bikes?
snowboard.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And but I haven't gotten that. I might buy aftermarket Do you use this, the keyless entry?
Never.
No, right?
Talking about the keypad?
Yeah.
Some people swear by it.
Really, I've never met anybody who's sworn by it.
I've never used it once on any of my vehicles that have had it.
Yeah. I opted out.
It's like a backup.
But you have
It's
your
a
phone,
in case,
right? Your phone can unlock it.
This is only if you're really worried about possibly like you're out on an excursion or something.
Mm-hmm.
You lock the vehicle and then you get robbed or something.
Mm.
When you get back to your vehicle,
Right.
you have a way into it.
Right.
Yeah.
He likes that. He's
Yeah, if you're like if
Yeah.
I'm hiking and I lost my phone,
right, you lost everything.
yeah.
No, you lose your
Sure.
whole bag. Like you lose everything.
now I'm actually just stuck
I
in
said
the
you got
wild.
robbed, but obviously you don't need to be robbed. You can just lose it.
Yeah.
In which case, yeah, you have this
Or your
backup.
phone dies.
Okay, you love it now. You're going to pay 110 for it?
Yeah. Well, no, I don't.
Well,
think-
it's not that much money. I mean, it's 110.
You're right.
And he's spending, I don't even know where's his summary. Well, we'll get there. He's spending a lot more than 110.
Not much selection based on this trim level for like the interior. You have vinyl seats, which I said you can hose it down. Like it's really comfortable, but also like good quality.
Durable.
This
Durable,
is like boats. That's why they say marine grade. Same thing. Everything can get wet, which is pretty cool, especially when you consider how excited you are about drain plugs.
Yeah.
This is part of it with this interior, but that's probably why you only get one color.
Yes.
It's not a lot of options for that.
Yeah. Nothing you could change in the dash or no color options. Even the adjustable seat is manual. It's not electric. I think it's because they built this in mind that you're going to take it out and just like hose it down afterwards.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Gonna keep all of that. Storage bags. So you can actually take off the roof, take out the doors, and store it in your Bronco.
Amazing. Can you click on that tailgate table right there? The $310 at the very bottom.
This one.
Yeah.
Yeah, so this is like the door where you can, it's just like swivels down.
Whoa. For getting work done?
Mm-hmm.
That guy's got like gas cans and
Yeah.
wow.
And the fact that it's perforated, you can fold it up and hang stuff on it.
I kind of like this accessory, although it says not available on Badlands or Raptor, which is interesting. I wonder what they have on the tailgate. They can't do it.
Oh, yeah. I also got the remote start system.
For the winter, you don't get cold.
Mm-hmm.
That's a, how much is that option? $100?
Yeah. It's pretty cheap. Oh, shit.
Or is it just included in your package?
No, it's not.
Yeah, it is. $3,000 package, mid-level.
That's the trim level, which I will get, the mid package.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's pretty much
That's it?
Yeah.
What is your infotainment system? You get Sync 4 with enhanced voice recognition mid-package included. You can get an audio upgrade, or you already have it.
I'm just gonna leave it as is.
What do you get for the extra $695? At the bottom there, like
This has GPS, like built in. I just figured if you have your phone and it has internet, you can just forego that. Just use Android or Apple.
it's just weird that the other one says connected navigation, and this is connected built-in navigation. It's really kind of confusing. Navigation service requires Sync 4 and Ford Pass Connect. 3 years of service. Oh, wow. Okay, I get it. It's like full traffic and everything without your phone. Okay.
But doesn't the phone do that as well?
Yeah, the phone
with
absolutely.
Waze?
Phone absolutely does that.
I'll stick with the 2.3 liter engine.
Really?
Yeah.
You don't need the power. You want the fuel efficiency.
Yeah.
Okay.
Obviously automatic. That's pretty much it. I mean, the only difference here is the standard versus the mid package. The mid package has, I forgot. There's a bunch of stuff.
Oh, yeah. There you go. Remote start is part of the mid package. I told you.
Yeah.
Dual zone climate, ambient lighting system. Oh, 110 AC outlet. You need that. That's useful. Heated seats. You need that. Well, mid package.
Sure.
Let's go with the heated seats.
Yeah.
So we're done. We spec'd it? Are we done? We
Pretty
ordered?
much, yeah.
We ordered. That's what we ordered. The Black Diamond summary. What's it gonna run you? What's our final 46,320? Gosh, that was too easy, Will.
Yeah.
And I also feel like there's gonna be some tax or something.
Sure, yeah. But yeah, there it is.
They don't.
Finally.
Wow, man. We came. I don't know if we should just. I think we can retire the show now.
We have the most concurrence
Yeah.
for some reason.
I think.
don't
People
know
are
why.
into it,
No,
man.
this is like the
A lot
season.
of viewers.
This is like the season finale.
Yeah.
Of the Bronco?
Yes,
Of the
man.
Bronco run, yeah.
Come on, man. People have been waiting for this.
Well, I guess the season finale will be when it shows up.
I wonder how people are gonna rate your config. Maybe you can ask them to
yeah.
rate the config on a scale of 1 to 10 of all the things he could have done. I mean, you guys saw the options. You know what's out there. Rate the config, and you have to take into consideration all aspects. Of course, it's really easy to just go pick the top
best of
thing,
everything,
and
yeah.
but like, where is, because Will, this is really what he's about. Is like, what are the things that I want, and where's the value for me,
Best deal.
Yeah.
and things like this. That's the reason it can go on and on forever.
Yeah.
Is trying to really land on that. So 2022 Black Diamond Bronco has officially been ordered.
Okay.
And I guess we're going to have to do a video when it arrives, Will.
That's what I think.
You don't agree to that, or what do you think?
I mean, if it comes on time and if I decide to get it.
Wait a second. Will, why do you have to add that in there, man?
Well, he's keeping the
The
story alive.
people have been invested. They finally are celebrating in the streets that you have made up your decision, 2022, Willie Doo's big decision. And now you take it away from them?
Well, I got to be realistic myself.
So what does that mean, be realistic yourself?
Well, just waiting for a car for a year and a half.
He's saying that, I think
You know?
what he's saying is that he might get
I
annoyed with
might get a car before
Yeah.
this Bronco actually gets made. So
because he's in the market for a car now.
okay, yeah, sure. I'll just follow with the seasons and say that I'm getting it.
There we go.
He's getting a damn Bronco. Listen, man, with the shortage on that thing, you could just get it and sell it if at that point you've gotten something else.
Yeah,
Or you can get something else in the meantime
like a beater.
and then sell that
Yeah,
when the
Just
Bronco
lease it?
arrives. Yeah. Or lease it in the meantime
Sure.
while you wait. Yeah. Get a 1 year, 2 year something.
maybe.
Wow, what a ride that was, man. I had, the adrenaline was flowing.
The anticipation,
It was just
peaking.
you know how when something is building up for a long time and you're not sure if it's going to
You could have just asked me.
and you're not sure if it's going to live up to the thing.
Yeah.
Well, what Will just did here, it knocked it out of the park.
I believe it did.
It actually was more than the anticipation. Not often that happens where the expectation is exceeded once it's been building for a while, but that's what he just did.
Yeah.
Exceeded the expectation.
Really do.
Oh, jeez.
U.S. bans all Russian oil and gas imports.
Last Ukraine story.
Benchmark North American oil price topped $125 U.S. a barrel on Tuesday. Gas prices. This is going to continue to trend in this direction. The U.S. is not a huge importer of Russian oil,
It's mainly us, right?
but it doesn't
Alberta?
matter. Well, we got oil, but it's complicated.
Oh, are
Is
we
it?
sanctioned?
The oil sands, there's like a refinery aspect. It's got to get shipped, refined, bought and sold. It's a lot to it, but it doesn't matter because it's all about this symbol. And there had been calls on the U.S. to increase their restrictions on Russian anything. So U.S. President Joe Biden announced a ban on Russian oil and other energy imports on Tuesday. Retaliation for the invasion of Ukraine. Biden made the announcement at a press conference in the White House Roosevelt Room, saying Russian crude oil, natural gas, and refined products made from them will be denied entry to the U.S. starting immediately. Americans have rallied to support the people of Ukraine and made it clear we will not be part of subsidizing Putin's war. So a lot of people have taken this position that in order to fully not support the war, and I know there's been statements from politicians in Ukraine saying, hey, you are directly funding the death of Ukrainians if you're shipping any funds back, if you're a part of any of the revenue streams heading into Russia. The U.S. imported roughly 200,000 barrels a day of Russian crude oil last year and about twice that much of refined products like fuel oil and other distillates. That's about 10% of U.S. barrel imports a day. So it's not the majority, but it's not nothing. 200,000 barrels a day.
Still something.
Yet the administration says it's confident it can find alternative sources without any undue additional pain on the U.S. economy. I saw some Canadian politicians saying, "Get our pipeline going. We'll rig you up. We'll figure out that 10%." And also, apparently, he was trying to get on the phone with Saudi Arabia, and he's like, "Yo, I need 10%. I got 10% volume here that I need to replace." I also saw some sort of. I don't want to go on the record, so I'm going to say this off the record.
Okay.
But I was like, "That's not how this works."
Yeah. I don't know.
He's like, "Lou, just so you're aware, there's a microphone in front of your face, and you're facing a camera, so there's nothing." No, I think it was a tweet that I saw that. And it was probably pure speculation that Saudi Arabia wasn't picking up the phone.
All of Saudi Arabia.
That's me tapping the top of my coffee mug, which is my new signal for
Drum roll.
conspiracy theory. Not picking up the phone. Curious, dare I say. Curious.
Yeah.
That was just, I'm a guy on Twitter. I'm a man. I'm a Hugh man.
Yeah, unfortunately, if people were thinking that gas prices were going to get lower, that's not the case.
Yeah, where was the graph that you were just showing? Bring it up there. Was it gas prices? There you go. Oil prices, but obviously that trickles into gas prices. Highest point since 2008.
Ooh, and 2008 wasn't fun.
Mo trying to recollect on his 2008.
Yeah.
What was I doing? I bet you were having plenty of fun in 2008.
Yeah,
That's right.
fun.
I don't think, but you're right. Not a lot of fun for a lot of people, but here we are, 2022. I don't think that was on your 2022 bingo card, but it doesn't matter. You were shouting about this yesterday, Mo. Spotify and Discord back
Well, people in the chat were.
online after
While we were live.
outages. Yeah, you were yelling and screaming about this yesterday.
Well, I was just.
So
noticing-
go ahead and break it down for us.
I actually don't know fully what happened, but we were live yesterday and the chat was blowing up that Spotify's down, Discord's down. So I checked on my phone and I was logged out of Spotify too.
So when did it come back for you?
Until after the show. So I don't know. I would say maybe I noticed like 2-3 hours later it was good. On my drive home, I was listening to Spotify. So things went back up, but I didn't fully understand why did it go down in the first place? What caused it to go down in all this outrage, as this article says?
Well, let's find
Oh,
out.
it doesn't say outrage.
Apparently, it's
well, the key was what was the connection, right? Why Spotify and Discord? Like these
Yeah.
are not like why that combination of things. And it appears, based on further investigation, Google Cloud problems disconnected both services this afternoon. So both of them relying on similar back-end cloud.
it wasn't hacking, right? Like from
Apparently,
Russia.
no.
That's what I saw in the
wait
comments.
Wait a second.
Oh,
Curious. According to Discord, after restarting its streaming service to fix one problem, a new issue caused a failure of its API. And as of about 30 minutes ago, they were still investigating. Spotify status account tweeted that they're looking into it. Spotify didn't go into detail, but a case study posted by Google Cloud confirms they're also a customer, and that may explain the sudden issues for both services. Ooh, speculation from The Verge here. So maybe not, unless we have an update somewhere below there. We're aware of an ongoing issue with HTTP 500 errors on Google Cloud Load Balancer. Our teams are investigating and updates are being posted on the status dashboard. And then Spotify says something's not quite right. So yeah, okay, maybe that's the case. They're both customers, similar issues. Because otherwise it would be quite the coincidence, wouldn't it, Mo? That they both screwed something up on their own at the exact same time.
Oh, I think it's related.
So you're a big Spotify guy, Mo?
Yeah.
You're not boycotting Spotify?
No, are people boycotting Spotify? I don't know.
Oh, Neil Young.
Oh, no. I'm not boycotting for that, no.
Why not?
I like my Spotify. What are we doing here?
Will, you almost did a spit take over there.
I know.
I
needed a bucket.
You really enjoyed that one.
Oh. I just feel that energy that is brought on like it's super thick air. Yeah.
What energy are you talking about? I'm just asking some questions, man.
All right. Anyways.
Update.
So, yeah.
Here we go. Okay. Update. Aware. Fixed. Back. Get your Discord in. Read all about it. Get your Discord. Get your Spotify. Hot dogs and beers.
There you go.
You're at the ball game. Extra. Read all about it. I was just combining two different ways in which the thing is sold to you in the old days where they can just yell it out.
Newspaper.
Get your hot dogs.
And baseball.
Cold beer. You know the guy walking around in the stadium, it just says cold beer on his chest?
Oh,
Simple advertising.
pretty good.
That guy.
Yeah. So simple.
Yeah.
But
because it's hot out and he has cold beer.
yeah.
And it's such an odd scenario where you need the other people to pass it down to you, and then you can pass the money down to him,
Yeah.
depending where you're sitting. Get your hot dogs. And then, of course, the other guy is the newspaper guy, which Will's a newsman now. Extra, read all about it. Do you know why it's extra?
No, why?
I don't know.
Oh my God. You baited me with that one.
I think it's like a extra edition, like extra. It's good. It's good value.
Right. It seems like there's a deal.
Extra. Oh, extraordinary. If an extraordinary event. It's a short for, you don't hear that very often.
No.
Short for extraordinary. Extra, read all about it.
Yeah. Imagine yelling extraordinary.
Can't do it. No. So you're trying to tell people that there's an amazing story that took place. They need to read about it. It was like clickbait. It was like newspaper days clickbait, except it was a guy actually yelling it. And you're walking past and you're like, give me one of those. And you buy the paper from him because you need to know the story and you have nowhere else to get it. Imagine that business. No smartphone, no nothing. You need the newspaper from the guy. Isn't that an incredible history to try to imagine that information used to be confined to these publications?
Yes.
All information, you had to buy this physical piece of paper of some kind.
Yes.
Newspaper or magazine. And it was a handful of people creating all the content for everyone. And now it's everyone creating content for everyone. Much different landscape. Bill Gates issues warning to the world about Elon Musk. He's not a big Elon guy. Did you know that?
Yeah, they had beef before because was it Bill Gates was shorting Tesla?
That was it. That was the thing. And, well, to be fair, he wasn't the only one.
Yeah.
There were a number of people behaving in that way, but I guess Elon wasn't super into it. I don't know what their relationship status is right now. Bill Gates has given a public warning to the world in regards to Elon Musk and the dangers of placing one's faith in the value of digital currency. Not a crypto guy, Mr. Gates. The crypto market, he said, was risky for individuals with less wealth than Musk, which is absurd given that he has the largest net worth of any individual on the globe. I guess they're talking about Gates or Musk. Oh, he's talking about Musk.
Musk, yeah. Like everybody is under his wealth status, so therefore nobody.
He is saying it's too risky for all of us, for everyone.
Yeah.
It's too risky for him, for Gates.
Oh yeah, I guess.
He's under Musk at the moment, depending on the day. He is specifically warning individuals who may wish to make money by investing in cryptocurrencies, but do not have the vast wealth of persons like Musk. Obviously, this is what he means, is that the retail investor, the typical, the Mo and the Will, is who he's trying to protect. He's trying to protect you guys. According to the Guardian, the value of cryptocurrency, a Dogecoin has increased by 5,859%. Tesla accepts Dogecoin. Apparently, the U.S. government is going to be discussing crypto regulation, I believe, today.
Yeah. And the price shot up before the announcement.
Really?
Yeah.
So crypto.
Why would it shoot up before the announcement?
Shoot up, you say?
I'm guessing it's positive news. Like once they announce
Yeah,
it.
because it makes it official.
Yeah.
It's like
They're
crypto is
looking into
it.
real.
I see.
It's
Okay.
it's a real thing. You're not outlawing it. You're figuring out a way to work with it. You're regulating it, so you're treating it like a bank or like a currency.
Mm-hmm.
I'm a real boy now. It's a Pinocchio reference. You ever heard of that, Mo?
Yeah.
Yeah, but you did perk a little bit, and Will recognized it.
Oh, yeah.
He recognized your perk.
I know all the signs.
Yeah.
now.
Up, you say? Did you say up today? We're like, Mo, why are you smoking a pipe right now?
Mm-hmm.
Why are you wearing a monocle?
That's me.
Why do you have a pocket watch?
Classy Mo.
Yeah. Investor Mo.
Monopoly Mo.
I like to envision a crypto Mo, but he's very old fashioned in the way that I just described.
So he has a pocket watch?
Yes, he does.
Okay.
This is what I like to imagine. What can I say? Yeah, okay, crypto's here for real. And I don't know, Gates, Musk, take your pick. These guys all have a variety of investments, and some are just a little bit more risk averse. Although you have the likes of Warren Buffett.
Who does not like.
No, but we had a report recently that he's investing in
In the bank that invests in crypto.
I like what you're doing there.
Yeah.
I like how you did that and that.
Yeah. Well, because he's not putting his money in crypto. He's just putting his money in a bank that deals with crypto, which is actually kind of really, I don't know.
You know what, Mo?
Okay. Yeah. Where are we going with this?
This, you mentioned this to me earlier, how this show, having done this show, all of a sudden the variety of information.
Yeah.
I like
Catalog of information I have now.
You know that Warren Buffett invested in a bank that invests in crypto.
Yeah.
That's lovely.
It's the things you learn on Live
That's
Later.
lovely.
Yeah.
You see, now it's not just you. People watching this, they're that's ammunition, informational ammunition.
There you go.
It's hard to know about all these things. You got to condense it. You got to be consistent. You got to be on the ball.
Yeah.
You got to be every
Up to
day.
date,
You
yeah.
got to be every day. It's increasingly important nowadays to know a little bit about a lot of things. It's
Well, there's so much.
there's so much to know, and it's all so interconnected that yes, there is a tremendous value on knowing a lot about a few things, but there's an isolation that comes with that. If you spend all of your time becoming an expert in one specific thing, because the way that most of us are experiencing the internet, the way that most of us are experiencing these stories, the way that most of us are interacting with one another, there's a social requirement to know like a rough bit about a lot.
Yeah.
And that's a relatively new task.
It's a difficult one to
It's
keep
a
up with
tough
it,
task.
yeah.
But I've asked this question previously on social media. I said, a little of a lot or a lot of a little?
Okay, and what do people say?
Well, I think a lot of people think, a lot of responses were a little of a lot.
Yeah, which is...
Well, the internet hasn't really given us a choice on that. But historically, a lot of a little has been allowed a person to specialize,
and
become a
like,
specialist. But specialization in the modern space is increasingly difficult. We all even look at the jobs that we have in here or people that you know. Like everybody in here can do a little bit of everything.
Yeah.
You see that?
Yeah. It's actually very true.
And it's much more important that you have a rough idea of all of the workings, a rough idea of all of the workings, than it is that you are absolutely amazing at only one thing and you can't do
Right.
anything else.
Yeah. You hold more value with many skills.
Elon Musk asks a judge to block SEC subpoena over tweets on Tesla stock sales. So this is old. An old case, which I guess there's an update on. This was back in 2018. Or no, he's saying an agreement back in 2018 hinders his free speech rights. Musk claims he was forced into deal to protect Tesla finance. This was back, he said 420 financing secured. He said that Tesla was going to go private. Is that the one we're talking about here?
Yeah, but from what I understand, this is this is the story about him asking the judge not to do certain things. I don't know the full story, so we should read ahead.
Oh, is this your story, Mo? You submitted this one?
Yeah, I just read the headline. I was like,
That's good for you.
interesting.
No, I like the... see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Little of a lot.
Well, there you go.
Tesla chief executive Elon asked the judge to end the U.S. Securities and Exchange Commission's oversight of his Twitter. Oh, this is when they came in and said, this is too dangerous. We're going to need some checks and balances system for this guy's Twitter account. He's saying he's being crazy over there. He claims it is being used to trample his free speech rights. Musk also asked the judge to block an SEC subpoena for documents relating to the review of his tweets and his sale of stock and options. The SEC is investigating whether Musk and his brother Kimball violated securities laws when selling shares. And the scrutiny is wild on this kind of thing. Every time you're trying to sell shares, liquidate, move money around, when you can go on Twitter and just move mountains,
Billions.
when it comes to influence, and then it can have a personal effect and impact on you. Woo! Good luck. Tesla pledged to institute oversight of his Twitter posts and other communications. So I guess that deal is still ongoing right now, that his tweets still have to go through some scrutiny, that Tesla has to have some oversight over his personal tweets.
Right.
Which means he can't really tweet them right away, I guess. And if he wants the judge to retract it, it must also mean that there's been certain tweets he wanted to send.
And he can't.
Which
the lawyers
the
at
oversight,
Tesla said,
the committee lawyers, whoever they are, have said nope. He must have like a buffer. He pre-submits his tweets.
Yeah, schedules them.
And then they're like, yes, no. Yeah, that would suck. That would really suck. Yeah. So anyway, I guess he's asking to have that reversed so he can get back to the full Twitter freedom. Google to buy cybersecurity firm Mandiant for $5.4 billion. Good Lord. $5.4 billion for a company I've never heard of.
Yeah.
Goes to show you how enormous
There's cybersecurity.
companies like Google are, that they can casually chuck $5 billion.
It's a huge purchase from them.
Maximize security effectiveness with unparalleled expertise. Apply the unmatched experience and knowledge of leading threat researchers, reverse engineers, intelligence analysts, and incident responders who have been defending organizations of all sizes from the front lines of cyber conflict since 2004. This website is so military.
Yeah, it screams security to me.
And
look at this picture.
Yeah, the fonts and the red and black.
Yeah.
It's so severe. It's like, damn, I need these guys. I'm getting attacked.
You know what? I'm just reading up there. It says Google Cloud, and we just covered this story where
The Spotify and Discord.
yeah. So you think this is related?
Sure it is. Yeah.
They move quick.
Oh my, look at this. Special briefing, Ukraine Crisis Resource Center. Well, it's the information warfare, man, isn't it?
Right. Yeah.
Increasingly. And you need the inside scoop. The deal reflects the rise of cloud computing comes with increased cybersecurity needs, which is why Microsoft was also interested in buying Mandiant, a company that recently generated headlines for uncovering the SolarWinds hack. The $23 per share price represents around a 53% premium to where Mandiant traded before the first reports of Microsoft's interest, and an 18.7% premium to where shares opened Monday. So it started with, I guess, a Microsoft pursuit, and then all of a sudden Google got in the mix, and they're like, nope, we're going to take it instead. I have to also wonder if this has to do with recent conflicts, with global conflicts, Ukraine, Russia.
Yeah, we were talking. A lot of people are now adjusting their views on security and protection. Looks like Google's making a big move, a $5.4 billion move.
Yeah, that's a big investment, no doubt. Ultra Green. Oh, there's another Mo.
It is.
Mo is on fire today. He is actually coming for the crown. He's coming for you, Will.
No.
I know.
He's
I feel
coming for the
very
crown.
threatened.
I feel like given enough time, he might be ordering a Bronco soon. Mo's like, welcome to today's episode. We aren't even here.
Yeah, it's just me.
He's like, we will be ordering.
I'm running from each
Bronco. It's time to order Mo's Bronco today. Yeah. And the chat's like, didn't we do this with Will? He's like, who's Will? We're like, wow, Mo, you really moved on here. Ultra Green, we're feeling sincerely flattered today. This is a tweet from Samsung Mobile US. It is a shots fired tweet. It is a shots fired genre of tweet.
What's Sprinkler?
It's their social media management app.
Oh, is it?
That's right.
Oh, okay.
So they scheduled it, and they track the interactions, and they see if an important influencer like Willie Doo interacts with it, and then that will pop up on there. Sprinkler. So yeah, it's a shots fired tweet, and it's because yesterday during Apple's event, they had used the word Ultra to describe their new, not to describe, I mean, it's the name of the product, their new M1 top chip. Which is kind of funny because you already had Max. It's like, what's bigger than Max? Yeah. Max is the max. It's the maximum. And so they must have been really stressing on that.
Yeah, couldn't find any other name.
They're like, when you put two Maxes together, like they did, right? They stuck two Maxes together with a chip. How do you get more Max? Like, they must have thought about, what about double Max?
They probably did, eh?
I don't know.
Yeah.
I'm sure they didn't want to use the word ultra.
They could have workshopped double Max. They could have workshopped double stuffed Oreo.
Double stuffed chips.
I mean, what if they did just call it M1 double? Like, you guys said that you really like the Mick double.
Yeah.
You feel like you're getting more.
The Mac double?
The Mac double. I don't know.
Right.
I might eat one of those. I don't know I don't know about the nutrients. I don't know about the calorie intake on that. So they went with Ultra. I guess people have just mostly agreed that the thing that lives above Max is Ultra. But Samsung sort of got there, in case you guys haven't noticed. They've had an Ultra thing going on. Now, their Ultra thing is related to smartphones and not to computer chips. I'm not sure that it matters. There were many people that pointed this out and said, hey, Apple, pick another word. Extra.
Oh.
M1 Extra? Because of the read all about it with the news guy from earlier?
Extraordinary.
Don't mind that.
Anyway, it doesn't matter. They went with Ultra and green.
What's the green?
Like they released a green
They
phone,
released a green phone.
and Samsung has a green phone. But you know what? Doesn't Pixel also have a green phone?
Currently, I don't think they do. They have.
They have had.
Yeah. I think, and Apple has had green phones in the past too. But,
This one makes less sense, but
Yeah.
the Ultra.
well, the green is interesting as well because green is the color of envy.
Whoa. You really zoomed out there. I like it though.
deep.
Yeah, I like it. And they're saying they feel
You're not even
flattered.
sure what you talked about.
No, I am. I'm just formulating. I'm just formulating, right? I'm wondering how cryptic they would be willing to be on their sprinkler app.
Right. I hear you.
You know, so
Oh,
There-
God.
Could be poetic. Could be some sort of like inner.
yeah, like
Haiku.
are you green with envy, Apple? It's green question mark. Anyway, then they go on to say we're sincerely flattered today. So it was a tweet. It got a little bit of interaction, and it was your typical Samsung versus Apple. But Apple took shots at Windows again. Apple is loving the shots at Windows, like Microsoft PCs.
It's just straight up. We're better than Windows.
Like,
All right.
whether it's on a gaming PC or NVIDIA GPU as well.
Oh, with the line graphs.
NVIDIA was getting crushed. Intel was getting crushed. And then when they were talking about the iPad, they were specifically going after Windows laptops. So I guess in that case, you can't really be mad at the shots fired from Samsung because shots are being fired everywhere, left, right, and center. Although I guess Apple's shots were more performance-based shots, whereas Samsung's shots on the tweet are kind of a little bit
Our
more.
name.
Yeah, I don't know if they're more flimsy. The name one is, it's pretty specific, the word Ultra. I do
Yeah.
associate the word Ultra with
Same.
Samsung.
Same. But green, I don't.
But I also don't really like Macs. I've never been a huge fan of Macs. Like iPhone 13 Pro Max.
Yeah, it does. It is.
I don't know why.
Long.
I don't know why. No, I'm just saying the word Max.
I know, but the way it like punctuates the end of it, it seems a little long and.
It just reminds me of when I was younger, I used to try to buy the value beers at the beer store.
Okay.
I thought it was cool to buy the biggest beer I could. And there was a cheap beer that you could get called Maximum Ice. And it was strong too.
Mm-hmm.
I just view the word maximum and max as not actual, like as value brand, not luxury.
Right, not luxury.
Look at that thing. Labatt Maximum Ice Strong Beer, 7.1%. This is if you have a job to do.
Yeah, just get it over with. Chug it.
Have you had one of these
Move
before?
on. No, I haven't.
It's disgusting. But it's for when, yeah, it's like you said, you're trying to maximize the amount of liquid you're carrying.
What about the
But
Korean
7.1%. Oh, this is now.
This is the
now,
exact opposite.
Let me tell you something. Don't get me started on that. I miss that beer right there. That's a malt, right? Is all malt beer. The climax of rich taste. When we used to go to, when we were going to, remind me, the Owl.
Al Minerva.
And they had this, and then because of stupid supply chain COVID,
Yeah.
they couldn't even get it anymore, even though it's the Korean restaurant. And it's the all malt beer. And look at the way they present it. And so I missed that. I'm going to go looking for it. But you couldn't get it for a while. I mean, I don't know if we can get it now. But
Is it at the beer store? Give it a shot?
I don't think so. I don't think so. That's what I'm saying. I'm saying it's an import. And it's why we had to get it. We're going to have to find a Korean specialty store if we're going to find it. So
Right.
we're going to have to go look. But there, yeah, anyway.
I'll look for it.
It just for me, if I had to choose between Max and Ultra, like which word do you prefer?
I like Ultra. Just sounds cooler.
I agree. Okay, so we're on the same page. Here's a Pixel update, software update. Big Pixel update lets you type to talk during phone calls. I did see this headline. Why would you want to do this, Will?
I'm not too sure either. I really don't know. But there's a long video explaining it.
So it's live caption. Your Pixel will say what you type.
Like, I really don't know.
Oh, wait a second. So are you hearing the call, or is the call also being transcribed into text? So
It's also being transcribed.
So you can have it muted. That's the beauty of it, right? You're in a noisy environment, or you got to, like, in a meeting, you know, I got to take this call. Well, now you can stay put where you are because you're not bothering anyone. I'm saying if you don't have a headset or something, you're not making any noise.
But it's transcribing what you're saying too?
No, because you can't make any noise. It's transcribing the person that can talk.
You're texting?
And you're typing.
Oh, right. Okay. Okay.
So
yeah,
you can be silent in your environment.
That makes more sense.
So, like, somebody calls you here, but I'm, like, super concentrating, and you can still take the call. Now, the latency is really going to matter here because people are going to be like, what the hell is taking so long?
Well, they've been pretty good with transcribing live.
I know.
And I like the fact that maybe in this video, they kind of give you options so you can just pick. Well, this one you're texting, but maybe in like a... Okay, they don't show it. But basically, they have options for you to choose. Join like a meeting. It's like, yeah, okay, I'll join this meeting, or no.
And you can either talk or type to participate.
Exactly.
Google's latest feature drop for its Pixel phone supercharges its live caption feature for phone calls, allowing you to avoid having to speak entirely. Now, we should also mention this can be helpful for people with disabilities, right? They can now participate in a phone call without any special equipment.
Yeah.
If they have that any type of disability that would stop them from doing so otherwise. Google's live caption feature could previously turn incoming phone call audio into text, but it's now being updated to work the other way around. So you'll be able to type text and have Google software read it out in the phone call. So that person says something, that's so crazy. The other person will be like, hey, how you doing? And then there'd be like a split second and they'd be like, I'm doing fine. How about you?
It's not even your voice. It's just like a robot.
It will be. It'll be a Google Assistant. That's kind of cool. I don't know. I don't know immediately that I would ever use it, but it's kind of cool, the technology.
Yeah. I think it could be, you're right, like accessibility.
For sure, accessibility. Absolutely. Cool. Oh, this is maybe the hottest tweet in the last 12 hours. I don't know. I was looking at the numbers. I think it might be the hottest tweet in the last 12 hours. This was from Elon Musk. And, you know, he's always goofing. He's always memeing. And today's meme is a screenshot of some company logos. Samsung, Toshiba, Nakamichi, and Motorola. And what this meme has done is circled different segments of each of those brand logos and names in order to create the name Satoshi Nakamoto. Of course, the inventor of Bitcoin. And so he's got the SA circled from Samsung, the TOSHI from Toshiba. These are all, by the way, no, they're not all Japanese brands. No, because Samsung's Korean. And Motorola, I guess, originally was American, but was it? Or Japanese? Oh, God. We got to get to the bottom of that, Will. Motorola origin. Anyway, Chicago, Illinois. Yeah, okay. My bad. So when you combine the whole thing and you circle the right portions of these electronics companies, you get Satoshi Nakamoto. So it's like the funny conspiracy meme.
Yes.
And it goes even deeper because if you scroll down a little bit more, you'll see the top reply. You got to click on the actual tweet and look at the reply, the top reply. No, the next one down. Shiba. So the Shiba portion of Toshiba is also a little Doge reference or Shiba itself, the crypto Shiba. And then people have done their own versions and variations of this thing where they put a bunch of brands together, circle certain sections. Yeah, and then so it's just kind of funny. But the tweet itself exploded. So just let's go look up at the metrics on the initial meme. 433,000 likes, 60,000 retweets. People just love this. They love a good crypto meme. So, and by the way, the brand on there that you might be least familiar with, Nakamichi, I actually had some of their audio equipment back in the day. I had an audio receiver from Nakamichi.
Were they good?
Amazing. Yeah, great.
Okay, cool.
Twitter is launching a Tor. Oh, you just had a Tor circle on the last one.
Yeah, I figured might connect.
A Tor service for more secure and private tweeting, an important and long-awaited step. Interesting. So protected tweeting. Does that mean it's encrypted? Twitter is launching a version of its site as a Tor Onion service, optimizing it for the privacy protecting and censorship evading network. Possibly the most important and long-awaited tweet that I've ever composed. Wow. It's a commitment from the platform to dealing with people who use Tor in an equitable fashion. Setting up an Onion address is a practical step which demonstrates that the platform is providing explicitly for the needs of people who use Tor. So I am delighted to announce, this is the tweet announcing the development. I guess this is about anonymity, or is this about not being able to track individuals?
I think a little bit of both.
Yeah, so it's encrypted. I guess it would be like, you can imagine sensitive scenarios, like ones that are going on in the world right now, and the ability to access social media or to broadcast your plight or to contribute really important information to the global conversation, and also to be protected in doing so to some extent.
Sure.
Tor encrypts web traffic, because also governments get involved.
They're checking.
Governments get involved.
It's like, where's that
Track
origin
individuals.
tweet come
Yeah,
from?
or even ask and make requests from Twitter directly to say, hey, you want to be in our country? Here's the rules. Tor encrypts web traffic and routes it through a series of servers to hide identifying information about users. It's a popular way to access sites that are subject to internet censorship. And that's made it particularly relevant since Russia's February invasion of Ukraine. Yeah, that's kind of where my head was going. Some internet service providers began censoring Tor itself in December 2021, but the Tor project told Vice that the actual level of blocking has varied and Russian users can still connect via Tor bridge. Cool. Yeah, I'm down for it. Sure.
All right.
I'm totally down for it. Personalize your laptop with Razer skins. Our latest line of durable laptop skins that are crafted with customized 3M cast vinyl for an ultra-precise fit. Select from our array of striking custom designs that brings forth your personal style. So Razer looks to have officially launched skins for their laptops. And I'm seeing a kind of like camo theme going on. A typical camo, like more of like a digital style camo, some shape type of.
This looks really familiar.
Is that carbon?
A few of these look familiar to me. I wonder if this is a partnership with the D brand, because that's camo D brand back there, and that's hyper black D brand back there.
Is that what it is? Is it a partnership with D brand, or is it a competing product?
And that's Swarm over there.
Do you know this information, Will?
No.
Oh.
No, I'm still learning about this.
Peel, press, play, crafted with 3M. Okay, of course. Cutting edge adhesive. Made with the same premium wrap used on luxury vehicles, our skins can withstand extreme temperatures of between minus 60 Celsius to 107. So they're talking about the temperature.
Well, gaming laptops, they get hot.
No, I know. I just never have heard it discussed before. That it's not gonna melt when you're when you're gaming.
Yeah.
I didn't know it was a thing that needed to be said, but okay. I mean, if you're gonna put it on a car, Mo, it's gonna get hit directly with the sun. Imagine like a black skin on a car. I haven't, like that one there, I haven't seen anything quite like.
This is really cool. I've never seen anything like
I wonder if it has a texture too. Like a really
Which one? This one or the one with the
any
holes?
any of them.
There's a green. Their color scheme is kind of showing up here as well. I wonder if you order your laptop if it comes pre-applied. So you don't even have to apply it. Like if I order a laptop and throw a skin in, I don't know. I doubt it, but
Well,
they
pretty easy
should.
to apply.
They should do that though.
Oh, what was that video? What's this video?
I think it's how to apply it.
It's a walkthrough. It's an application video. Oh yeah. Okay. So I don't think you're going to be able to order pre-apply, but they should totally do that.
Yeah, I agree. Oh, I don't think this is a partnership with Dbrand then.
Why?
Just because I bought in Dbrand products and they don't. First of all, their videos look way better than this. I would assume if you're going to partner with them, you try to make sure that the videos look good.
Mo's going hard in the paint here.
Well, I mean, it's just a sticker, right? Like, I'm just saying, make it look like you want me to buy it.
I never expected Mo to come at them like that.
Okay.
So what do you know? What do you know about this, Will?
I don't know anything, but I feel like these patterns look familiar. No?
A few of them are camo, which I'm a big fan of.
Well, some of them are like obvious, right? Like a carbon look is a pretty obvious one.
Some are standards.
And then standards, and then you have other ones that are.
There's literally Razer skins.
No, these are just Razer laptops.
Yeah, I know, but he's saying you can.
No, these are the skins.
He's saying you can just
right.
buy a Dbrand skin for your Razer laptop.
Oh well, then click on it. Maybe they have their versions. Let's add a top.
I don't know. I feel like some of them are similar.
For sure they are. For sure some of them are similar, like that carbon one. But they also did some custom ones.
Some custom.
Yeah,
which are very Razer-like.
You know what? I like that one.
This one?
Yeah, the one that you're hovering.
Yeah,
over.
how would you describe that though? It's like dots, but they're in a camo. It's a camo
It's like
configuration.
a honeycomb type of shape too, like a beehive type of look, but then like matrixed out. Maybe matrix. That's kind of.
Oh, what are they charging for them, by the way, if you click buy? You got to pick your laptop first? Okay, that's fine. No, pick like a blade or something.
Blade.
Okay. $60 US for a laptop. It is a big piece of vinyl. It depends
price
what you
did
pick.
change quite a little.
Interesting. So $25 for most of them.
And that's just top, right?
No. Will, that's the difference. It's just top. If you switch your coverage, the price will go up.
Oh, full.
Full, yeah. Now you're gonna go to $50, I guess. Yeah, or $60. Sorry. So durable laptop skins made with customized 3M cast vinyl, and they say Razer exclusive. Look at that, Razer.com exclusive, which is obviously not the case for some of those patterns,
Right.
but some of them they might
offer
be exclusive.
way more branded versions on their own site. If you really like the Razer brand, go here. They've got some really cool.
How does it compare to the Dbrand price
Yeah, I don't know.
for the top or full? I presume it's competitive.
Let's do a fun one.
Well,
Okay.
Dbrand's been doing this for a long time. $24.95.
That's just top though.
I know, but wasn't that the exact same price
Yeah.
for Razer's top?
Oh, was it?
Oh, 5 cents more. $24.99.
Okay.
I don't know, man. Anyway, we can obviously ask Dbrand about this. We'll get to the bottom of it.
Sure.
I was hoping Will knew.
I didn't.
I thought you talked to them.
No.
Apparently not. We'll get to the bottom of it. God of War TV series is in the works at Amazon Prime Video. Video Game 2 Prime Video is a sequence I think we're going to see a lot of. You know why? Because risky content. People want to know what they're signing up for. And it's the same reason like you have these big ticket IPs that are able to pull people's attention. And obviously God of War has plenty of fans that would want to see a TV series version of it.
Very risky.
You
For
think
this.
you
Yeah.
think this one is risky? I was going to say it's not. I think you will find viewers right away because you have a built-in fan base. It's risky that you could do it wrong.
Yeah.
I mean, production-wise. I mean, if you look at all the God of War games, it's all costumes. It's all, big budget
For sure.
stuff. Like in terms of like design. And then, I don't know, it's all fantasy stuff. And then if you want to put that into like real production.
You feel like
as a
Amazon
show,
doesn't have the money for that? Or they won't spend
They probably
it?
do, but I'm hoping that they would go all out budget
Right.
with this. Because they would need it.
You talking about Jeff Bezos' personal checkbook?
Yeah.
That's the one they need access to? You're right. There's a lot of ways they could go wrong, but I guess I'm talking more about the business proposal that if you were going to invest, it's nice to know there's a built-in fan
There's
base.
already an audience for it. Yeah.
Sure.
Amazon Prime Video will potentially expand their video game TV series lineup with none other than God of War live action series. In talks with PlayStation to adapt God of War as a live action TV series, the Expanse creators and executive producers Mark Fergus and Hawk Ostby, as well as the Wheel of Time producer Rafe Judkins, are all looking to join the adaptation. You're a big God of War guy, Will?
I like it.
Yeah. You think
Santa
it would
Monica Studios?
You think it would make for a good series, the storyline?
I would definitely watch it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, the pressure is on then, Amazon, because Willie
Yeah,
Doo.
get on it.
Willie Doo is ready to
biggest
go.
budget.
So God of War will join The Last of Us and Twisted Metal. Oh my God, they're doing
Twisted Metal.
You remember that
I
game?
didn't even know that. Yeah.
Remember
the
that game?
car fighting game.
That's such a weird adaptation. Okay. Last of Us is pretty obvious.
See, that makes more sense. Like in terms of
So
budget,
obvious,
it
yeah.
just seems like a Walking Dead.
Feasible.
Kind of, yeah.
Yeah, I agree.
Budget-wise.
And it's also, the video game is basically a movie anyway.
Yes.
So it's kind of, so this is a bunch of video game to movie transitions, adaptations taking place. And this is the latest one to get on that list.
Let's see here.
New DualSense controllers have more powerful springs and new parts that might fix stick drift. Man, I don't know what it is about controllers. I seem to break them all
Really?
quickly. I don't know what it is. Maybe I'm just rough on, or maybe, I mean, I should also add in there that I haven't really been gaming in a long time. Like my kids really don't do that much of it either anymore. But there was a period of time where we were going through controllers, and every single one had like a busted joystick just from overuse.
Interesting.
But the stick drift thing is like a well-known thing.
Yeah.
And I guess they're attempting to fix it. They have new colors: Nova Pink, Galactic Purple, Starlight Blue. It's amazing when it comes to these consoles have such a long lifespan compared to other consumer electronics that they get so many micro hardware updates because it's also such a mechanical thing. So over the lifespan, not only are you getting new colors, variations, limited special editions, improvements, the shrinkage of the consoles, but then you're also getting small micro adjustments to things like the controller. The new colored PS5 controllers appear to have been upgraded with slightly different components inside compared to the previous colors. Thanks to a video from Tronics Fix, so we get to see the inside of all three of the new colored DualSense controllers, where it looks as though Sony may have made subtle changes under the hood. So they get a bunch back, they see what's breaking, they see what's in good shape, what's not, and then they go ahead and make these subtle changes to it. So I guess if you want the latest and greatest controller, you're pretty safe buying one of these new colors because you're going to have those new components because those couldn't have been sitting on the shelf. Otherwise, you can probably read serial numbers and get crazy with it if you want one of the newer ones. But these are tough, man. There's these mechanical aspects in here. Wear and tear. People are rough on these things.
You should get them.
As explained in the video, the new controllers contain slightly different spring located behind the back L and R buttons. In the older Cosmic Red controller, the spring had a 0.25 millimeter thickness. The newer controllers have springs that measure 0.3 millimeters.
Surgical.
Yeah, just such a minor little change, but they didn't do it for nothing. It's very cool.
Yeah. This one, I guess I can explain this.
Go ahead, Will.
Laser projected GPS direction should be a standard feature on every bicycle. So this little device is called the laser cube. I actually have it right here.
Oh. Whoa, a live
big
demonstration.
I don't want to do it because it's got to warm up and stuff.
Okay.
But someone decided to use it on their bike at night, and it could project on the ground the direction in which you should go. Navigation.
Live navigation. That's very cool implementation.
It's just like a laser system.
Yeah.
And it has colors, and it tells you the direction as well as the distance. Obviously, this thing is like
Huge.
I don't know, like at least
big.
5 pounds.
Yeah. So you're gonna have
But
to
the idea of this is really cool.
really find a solid way of rigging it. You also have to power it. It has a battery in it.
It has a battery, yeah.
And
Standalone.
it's only gonna work at night
Yes.
because the laser's not gonna show up against the sunlight.
So it's projecting in front of a bicycle, and then it shows the directions and stuff. It's cool.
Let's see here. Why did this person do it? Probably to be cool, but to do something cool. A decade ago, companies were integrating them into bike taillights, virtual lane markers on the road around a cyclist to create a virtual safe space that drivers and other cyclists will subconsciously stay clear of. We've even seen laser projectors added to bike headlights to project highly visible warning on the road about 20 feet in front. I can see the safety aspect for sure. That person is way more visible than if they were just a dark bike. With that huge laser on the ground, you're going to spot it from a mile away.
And I figured, if you're the cyclist, you don't have to look down on your phone.
No.
You can kind of look straight, but down slightly to see the direction.
Yeah, it's kind of like when you have in cars that they have the HUD, which is in the windshield, so you don't have to look down to see the speed you're traveling or the way to turn. Cool. Laser guided GPS on a bike. Look at the mount.
Big
A
honking
serious mount for it. And then the nav goes on the other side.
Yeah. Yeah, cool stuff. All right, last one. I guess I'll explain this one too. This is a really nice video on YouTube about a retiring cop, and his son, who is also a cop, is sending him off.
Wow. 8 million views.
And they promote to share this. So
what do you mean? What do you mean sending him off?
so
Signing out?
yes. So apparently in being an officer for this long, you get a send off when you're it's your last shift.
Right.
Someone in the radio kind of tells you
It says some good words, I'm assuming.
yeah.
Cool.
Yeah. And I'll just play it. It's really sweet.
Too close up.
He's been a cop for 25 years.
That's his son.
Go ahead, son.
It is with enormous pride that today, December 30th, 2019, at 16:36 hours, I, your son, badge number 328, deliver your final call. 25 years ago, you held me in your arms after you graduated the Police Academy. Today, we stand side by side as brothers. Today you receive many thanks. The department thanks you. The people whose lives you have protected and served thank you. And I thank you for being the best role model a son could ask for. You are not only my father, but you have been my career mentor. It was an honor to serve by your side for the last 6 months, wearing the same uniform. As a fellow officer, I salute you. As your son, I'm going to miss you here. We are all going to miss you. Retirement is the end of something great, but the start of something better. Retirement doesn't mean you're gone. You will always have your Phillipsburg police family. Officer Berrigan, badge number 299. Dad, at 16:37 hours, you have safely reached the finish line. For a final time, go ahead and show yourself cleared and off duty. Congratulations, and I love you.
Very, very eloquent from the son.
He also responds.
299 off duty. Love you too, Well, that was cool.
What an emotional day for him.
It's interesting the way emotion hits you. Like as you watch him, you know, it's all exposed there, and it's not like you think of communication as a person, and you imagine words being said between two people, but he was saying so much without saying anything, right? That his whole life was displayed through his movements and his face and his breathing.
Absolutely, yeah.
Like all of these other elements where you could, all this extra texture that's not really available through these new means of communication that we have, that we have increasingly simplified, emojified. There's no emoji for that.
No,
No.
that was raw.
There's zero emoji for that onslaught of emotion, that kind of intense tornado of emotion, which is sadness, happiness,
Just being proud and relieved.
it's such a variety. It's such a concoction. And I think that's why clips like this, I think that's why people share this. I think that's why it resonates with so many people, because it captures something that isn't often captured.
Yeah.
It's just not often captured to that extent. But
It's a real good feel-good video.
congrats on your retirement. Although
Yeah.
I guess you're in retirement now. This was January 2020. I guess you're in retirement right now.
Yeah.
He's enjoying it now.
Hopefully there's some, I don't know, nice weather involved. Possibly you can borrow one of Mo's floral shirts from when he likes to go on the cruise.
Hell yeah.
And the son carries on the legacy. There you go. See y'all tomorrow.